Well, good evening, friends. Welcome to Craven Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. All right, guys, tonight on this live stream, I am very excited to be joined by a special guest who is no stranger to you guys here who've been with us here on the channel for a while and who are part of the collective audience as well. It's no stranger, but a great friend, a great all-around dude, and a filmmaker. I'll do the fingers too. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome. Give some love. Oh, I see you. Killjoy Jake. Let's go. What's up, my man?
Hey, what's going on?
I had to steal it.
I like it. I like it.
Oh, dude. Maybe tomorrow on the Q&A for the collective, we'll do the little fingers when we come on, you know.
Throw up the stanky fingers, right?
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh. Well, this is going to be a fun time, guys. We're going to talk Scream 6. We're going to talk theories. We're going to talk all kinds of Scream-related things. And then we're going to also talk what I really want to spend some time on tonight is Jake's upcoming film he's working on. And I know you guys know about a little about it, but there's going to be some folks here also that maybe have never heard of it. And that's why we're going to talk about it tonight because it's a big deal. And it's his Scream fan film, Red Right Hand. And look at that. Isn't that great? I love that.
Thank
so
you.
good. It's awesome. And I love how you captured the sparkles on the robe. It looks like the sparkles, on the ghost face robe.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's professional robe, and then you put that effect on it. It looks really
Yes. I think it looks sweet. So we're going to be talking about this because Jake's got some big stuff going on. He's got some big plans, man. And some of that involves a Kickstarter campaign, which is raging in fury, fire building now. It's about, well, you know what? I'll let Jake share all the details. But I'll just tell you it's doing well. But it's not over yet, right? We got. So we're going to get into all of that very, very soon. And I want to tell you all as well up front that for any super chats that come in tonight, that you guys are always so generous to support me and the channel and helping my channel grow. But tonight, every super chat, any super chat that you want to donate, any dollar amount at all, I'm going to turn around and put all of it on the Kickstarter. So I'm going to pledge all super chats. I'm going to make that donation after the stream is over when I have a full total.
cool. Oh
So,
wow, thanks,
and
man.
you're
I
you're
appreciate
welcome.
that.
Jake didn't know that, by the way. He had no clue I was going to do that at all, and I want to do that. So I woke up this morning and I said, you know what? It's what I want to do. I want to do this. I've already contributed, and I always say I will never ask you as my audience to ever do something I would not do or have done myself. I won't do that. And I've already donated. I donated when it first launched. But anyway, if you guys want to contribute, because I know sometimes we're all in a position sometimes where we may not have a whole lot we can spare, but if everyone contributes $1 or $5 or $3, even these what some would consider a smaller amount, it adds up. So anyway, I want to ask you guys tonight, let's treat this and let's show Jake our love and with our wallets as well as our support as much as we can. So anyway, that's what I want to tell you guys up front. Anything that comes in, I will pledge it to the Kickstarter, and we're gonna get you there, Jake. I believe
Thank you,
it.
Steven. I appreciate it so much. That's awesome. Yeah, we're confident in the campaign where it's doing pretty well. We launched it at the very beginning of the month, and we have until the 27th to get $5,000. So if we can do that, we have a really awesome Scream fan film we'd love to deliver to you guys.
Yes, and you're basically halfway and halfway. You're literally right halfway point. You got like 2 weeks left, and you're at the halfway. Because last time I looked, it was a little over 2,500, right? You clicked the halfway mark.
Yep.
So the race is half run, but it hasn't been won. We got to get the credit. You got to get you to the finish line. So let's do it, guys. Let's pull together and let's just everything counts. Everything counts. And speaking of everything that counts, I have to give, and I want to give a shout out first to my patrons. Thank you, guys. I love you. I appreciate you. Your support does help immensely on the channel to do more things like this, more streams, more content. And for my channel members, you guys, thank you so much. And Bob Hunt, who is my newest channel member, came in at a Final Cut level, and I believe I see you're here, Bob, in the chat. I'm going to get to the chat in a minute, but all of you guys here on this list, I appreciate you guys so much, really. Your support means the world, and so thank you guys. And I got some really cool ideas for perks. I actually have added 2 new levels to the membership. So if you haven't looked at it lately, I don't think it gives an announcement or anything, so you may not know it's there. But I've added 2 of them, including one option where you have a chance or even a guarantee to be a guest on one of my live streams. That's right. So if you're interested in that, and I've had a lot of people reaching out to me about that, I've added those to it. So take a look at it. See if you find a level that fits, that's right for you, and I greatly appreciate it. Now let's get to the chat, Jake. Let's see who's here tonight. Okay. Oh, okay. I just went to the chat and I'm already seeing the super chats. Let's go. Well, let's start right there. Bearded Eric over at Bearded says there's $20 super chat. There you go. How about can't wait to see the movie.
Thank you.
Oh, that's so cool. And what is so cool about you guys doing super chats with Jake for this donation is that Jake gets to thank you in real time. He gets to see your contribution and not get an email or something, but he gets to see it. So thank you, Bearded. Bob, I was just talking about Bob, my newest channel member. $20 super chat for the Kickstarter.
Thank you, Bob.
So cool. So cool. I'm telling you, Jake, you hear me say it. This community is incredible. It's the best. It's the best on YouTube. I don't care what anybody says. I'm absolutely convinced.
I feel so lucky every single day to be a part of this community in
Yes.
some capacity. So it's great. It's great. I love it.
Absolutely. Allie, what's up, Allie? Allie's got a $5 super chat. What's up, man? Glad you could make it.
Thank you. Heck yeah.
Let's see here. Trying to make sure I get. Oh, here we go. Carrie's in the house. $10 super chat. Wow, thank you, Carrie. Jake, Craven, I already backed Kickstarter, but you guys are just amazing new friends, and I'm happy to help in any way I can. Jake, you will make this film, damn it. I love you guys. Also, hold up. I'll be there. Wait a second. Oh, okay. Now, I don't have this set up, Jake, like Knight does, where he can move us to the side and we can actually sing it with him on screen. But Carrie brought it up. I have to do it. So we're going to go full screen, but Jake and I will be singing, and I need all of you grab your cigarette lighters if you're a smoker. If you're not, grab your phone with your flashlights and get ready because we're going to make this happen right now. We're going to be there, right, Jake?
Yes.
Yes,
I'm so ready.
Let's go. Let's do it.
I'll be there.
Oh, there it is. And Jake was doing it. Hey, Jake was doing it too. I was watching the man backstage here. He's doing it, man. Love that. Oh, that's so awesome. Oh my gosh, Carrie, thank you. All right.
Thank you, Carrie.
Got another super chat that's coming in. There, the love that's coming in, Jake. Got a $5 super chat from Think Like a Director Productions. Glad to be here. I watch both of you daily, and y'all are basically my best friends in a way many more like... Oh, I'm sorry. Best friends in a way, many more like me. We love y'all. We love y'all both. I can't even read tonight. You daily. You daily. I meant. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's so generous and so nice of you to say. I'm so glad. I'm happy to be your friend. I'm glad to and Jake as well. We're happy to do what we can to help your days pass by.
That's why we do it. That's why we do it. At the end of the day.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
Jordan is in with a $2 super chat. Oh, thank you. I'll donate some more to Kickstarter when I get paid. Killjoy Jake, the goat.
Equals goats. Yeah.
Dude,
thank you, Jordan. I appreciate it.
Bro, that's awesome. All right, so thank you guys. Appreciate you. Keep them coming in as you're able as we continue on, and we'll start talking some Scream. We're going to talk some Red Right Hand, but Jake, before we get into Scream, let's talk about the movie because people are pouring in with their super chats. Let's talk about the project they're donating to through me right now. So tell us about your movie, give us the premise, and I promised there would be spoilers in this video. So Jake, see what can you do for us?
There might just be some spoilers because Fate Decided got something out of me the other day, so now we're gonna have to talk about something over here. So
Yeah.
so just to give you a brief synopsis, if you have absolutely no idea what's going on, I have been running a Kickstarter for like the past month or so for Red Right Hand, a Scream fan film. Now it's not a typical Scream fan film. We're not gonna start this movie off with some girl making popcorn. No, it's a totally different scenario this time around. We have a situation where we're following Ghostface killers this time instead of the victims who are trying to figure it out. And we see their struggles throughout like an entire Scream movie and what it's like behind the scenes of what it's like to be a Ghostface killer during a Scream film. And now you might be wondering, Steven,
Yes, I'm wondering.
Is there still going to be a mystery? Like, are we still going to be trying to figure something out? That's such an important part of Scream. You can't really have that if you know who the killers are. Well, guess what? There's still going to be a mystery element somehow.
Yes.
And I can't reveal that yet, but there will be a trailer eventually that will spill all the beans. So,
Oh, that's going to be awesome. So we are going to have a killer's point of view for this film. That is so creative,
yes.
man. Now, how long, Jake, has this idea been percolating, or have you been cooking it in the oven, if you will, whatever?
So in 2020, I came up with the idea to do the proof of concepts, and I always wanted to see a Ghostface killer win. That was kind of how it started. Was I was like, I want to see that. I want to see what happens if they win. Like what happens next, and we kind of explore that in our proof of concept that we posted last October. But then we wanted to take that a step further, and we're like, well, what if we actually see the whole movie from the perspective of the killers? Like, what would that be
Nice.
like? What would that look like? And we developed a whole script idea, and we have like an entire cast and crew. I have people like on Instagram from other projects that like I basically it's crazy, Steven. I've been going through like everybody in Northeast Ohio where I live, and I've just been finding every like indie filmmaker I can to be attached to this project.
That's
Like
so awesome.
we have so
I
many
love that.
really cool people that are a part of this project, and it's going to be way bigger than the proof of concept we did last year. I'm very excited.
Wow. And that was really good, lad. The one you did, the proof of concept, was great. I mean, I enjoyed that a lot.
Thank
And
you.
so
Thank
this is, I can't only imagine where you're going to take this as like a whole nother level here, you know? Now I do have a question. Is the woman or the girl, whatever, the female that was in the movie with you in the first one, who went to the popcorn and and dropped the earring? That was like the whole thing there. Is she in this one as well, or is she not going to be in the new one? I'm just curious if anyone's coming back.
Yeah, great question. Yeah, she will be back in some capacity.
good.
She'll kind of be playing the same character, but also kind of not. You'll
Okay.
see. Yeah. We have a very
nice.
interesting
Okay.
something very interesting happens to her in the movie. So
Fantastic. We got another $5 super chat from Carrie. This one is from Wayne Turner. Oh, okay, great. He sends his love, and apparently he really wants to hang out with you, Jake, in a hospital while watching House Shark.
that's
Oh
like my
my
worst
gosh.
nightmare right now. That's my worst nightmare, but I'll do it for you, Wayne. I'll do it for you.
I was going to say, is it not too late to add like one more grand tier and say that if you donate this amount, you will actually go and meet them in a random hospital lobby? You'll just sit down with your masks on in a couch or something. You'll watch it on your iPhones together. It could be done. I'm just saying. It's something to think
I
about.
can make it happen. I can make it happen. There is a tier though on Kickstarter if you want to be in the film as a Ghostface killer. You can you can don the mask, dress up like a ghost face. Does not matter what you can dress like. Whatever, just send us a scene. We have a place we can fit it in our movie. So, yeah. So just if you want to check that out, if you want to be in the film, go to the Kickstarter. Check it out.
So awesome. And by the way, the Kickstarter is in the description of this live stream that's running now. I put a link directly to the Quickstarter, and I put capitals, donate here, and then I also have Jake's channel. But the I cannot talk tonight. The Kickstarter. What is going on? The Kickstarter is in the description. Okay, so yes, go check it out. Think like a Director Productions is throwing another $2 super chat into the Kickstarter. Says your opinion on a new Freddy movie. Oh, okay. Well, Jake, we can go there. What do you think? We
Yeah.
can park here for a minute.
I would
Thoughts?
love a new Freddy movie. Absolutely. I would love to see them try like a requel with Nightmare on Elm Street. I feel like it's possible for sure. It's not too crazy. Like it's not a consistent story really throughout the Nightmare movies. So like you could definitely play around with that, and I don't think too many people would be upset if you wanted to do like a direct sequel, like a direct sequel kind of movie that we've been doing recently. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. So would your nightmare movie? I know we're going to talk Scream. Don't worry, but this is a great question. Is your nightmare? Look, we're here for a while tonight, guys. Jake and I have an open evening, so we're not rushing out of here. So it's everyone just grab your favorite beverage of choice, your favorite snack, get comfortable because we're going to be here. So would your scenario, Jake? What would you want to see? Would you want to see a direct continuation of Nightmare from the first sequel, like almost retconning, kind of a David Gordon Green mode? And actually a sequel, or would you want to see a actual like reboot, like nothing else in the past matters?
That's a great question, and I feel like I kind of want to see a requel because there's a lot of things
Yeah.
set up in that original that does not ring true in some of the other sequels. Like there is no definitive way to kill Freddy. And the coolest way, in my opinion, of how they take him down is in that first movie, like bringing
Yeah.
him back into reality. Like
Yes.
every single movie kind of does something different with it. There's really no consistency in the franchise, so I would love to see them play with that aspect in a new modern take on it. And of course, have Robert Englund come back if possible.
I know that would be, man. That's the biggest thing. We've talked about on the collective. I agree. I'm the same way. I would love to take. You know how Scream 5 took a lot of Wes's legacy and how they honored it in a lot of ways. Why don't we have a Nightmare movie that says with a radio silence approach? It says, hey, you know what? We're actually Nightmare fans. We're Wes Craven fans. Let's look at that first movie like they looked at '96 and try to build upon that, honor that first film, and actually keep some of those ideas that Wes had because his ideas. Hey, newsflash for you, it's why you have a franchise because of the way
Yeah.
Wes made that first movie. So yeah, I think that's what I would like to see. I'd like to see kind of the requel idea as well, and basically Scream 5 version of Nightmare. But I mean, in terms of
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about, the parallels, right? That's what I would
Oh
like to
yeah.
see.
I find it
Uh,
really interesting that Wes Craven made two movies that kind of oppose the slasher genre too. I know supposed to be talking about
ah,
Scream, but it's almost it's not so much opposing it, but it's like he takes that formula and then he just spins it completely differently. Like Freddy Krueger is like kind of silly, but also still scary. It's a
yes,
scary concept with a lot of silly elements, and you see that in Scream too.
yeah, you
It's
do.
I like it. It's like the anti-slasher, you know. I don't know. It's interesting. I really love his approach to slasher flicks.
Oh yeah, he's so original, man, and he just had a brain for it, man. He had a mind for that stuff. It was so great. Wayne, I don't think that's a good idea, man. I don't think we
Yikes.
want Harvey Weinstein in anything at all ever again.
No.
Bearded's got another $5 super chat. Says, when are you filming? If you need custom props, I got you.
It would greatly help. Yeah, that's a big part of the budget that we're concerned about. Like getting a lot of the props. We have a guy that's a part of the project who makes like custom props and all that, and we're gonna have to obviously pay him. He's also going to. I can't say too much about this, but he has a role as a Ghostface killer in this movie on stilts. And it's crazy.
What?
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh no,
Wow.
this movie's wild. Like this
No,
this movie's absolutely wild. We have performers like basically like I'm trying to what is the name of that? Like the people who like get up on stilts and wear costumes and all that. We have people
Yeah.
performing as Ghostface killers in this
Wow.
movie for some capacity that I don't want to spoil
And-
right now.
Bro, that's a hot take. You just gave us some. I've not heard that. That's new information. So that's exciting to hear. I can tell you one thing. Eric over here at Beard Entertainment, he is very gifted and very talented. He is the one who's the person who is making me the stew train, the actual 3D.
Oh, you were
cut
telling me about that.
stew train. Yes, and I'm telling you, and he's done a ghost face mask with a metallic with a silver. Man, he's really, 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 really good. So I would jump all over that if I were you as well. What's a really nice offer. His stuff's really good. So
Hit me up on Instagram, Bearded Entertainment. I would love to get in contact. That would be sick.
awesome. Yeah. All right. So now the movie itself, I know we can't talk a lot about the spoilers and things. I know that's hard to not do, but tell us the time frame or the timeline for this film in the Scream universe. Is this where does it exist?
So before the events of 5, and like I want to say like 6 months before the events of Scream 5. It's not like the point of it is not to be a prequel to Scream 5. That's kind of like a side effect of something that happens in it. But there is stuff that happens in our film that it like affects the movies in a certain capacity, which is it's kind of me and Matt, the other project runner of the film, we kind of have described it as like the Rogue One of the Scream franchise is how we feel about it. Where
Okay.
like, yeah, like how that movie kind of affects Star Wars Episode 4, like in a sense.
Yes.
It's
I
kind
do.
of like
I do.
It's
Yes.
kind of like that. There's something about it that changes the way you look at Scream 5, which is really interesting, I think.
Oh, okay. I mean, you've already got when you said Rogue One, which is like one of my most favorite Star Wars movies
Me
out
too.
there.
Oh
And
yeah.
it's my most favorite outside of the original three. Like
Oh
in three,
really?
4, and I think
Ooh,
so.
okay.
Yeah. Hot take. I'm
It's
serious.
definitely my favorite new movie for sure. Like,
Yes.
yeah, I liked Solo, but that was my absolute favorite, I think. So
That's right. Solo was good too. I did like it as well. I watched it a couple times, but I thought Rogue One was so great, and it was the first time in a Star Wars movie where everybody dies, dude. There's no survivors, man. Like
yeah,
this is dark for Star Wars. They never go there. There's always the 2 or 3 that make it. Your heroes. No, not in this one, man. That's hardcore. So
yeah, oh yeah,
now Jen is saying, "Let's get the show on the road." Well, we're alive. We're rolling, Jen. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if what's going on, but we're here. We're going. You're welcome, Wayne. Yeah, there's the link there. I put the link in the chat to the Kickstarter, so you can just click right on there, or copy that, open a second window so you can keep the chat going, and go there right now if you want to donate directly. Absolutely, you can go there right now and donate, and look at the perks. Look at the stuff that Jake's got there that you can get. So anyway, they're taking their time. Yeah, we are. We're in no hurry tonight. So all right, tell me about like long term, Jake. What is your future goal as far as being is filmmaking? Is that where you're wanting to transition eventually? If you're able to actually start making independent films, larger scale productions. What's the because you're still a very young guy, you're mapping your future out of where you want to go, I'm sure. What's the plan? What's the goal? The end game, the long game?
I would love for this to launch some kind of career in filmmaking. I would love to be like I'm acting, writing, and directing for this movie, and I would love to just be a director moving forward. But
Okay.
I have a certain vision for the main character that I really want to execute in a certain way. So I will be playing one of the Ghostface killers in the movie, and I'm very excited to portray him. But I'm also like insanely stressed out to be wearing all these hats.
Yes.
It's gonna
I
be
can
fun
imagine.
though. It's gonna be so fun. I mean, I'm really excited. I would love to be a director though, and like maybe a writer as well. I've always had a passion for that, of like just making a movie a certain way and like making it look a certain kind of creepy atmosphere. I love horror films, but YouTube will always be something that is always going to be in my back pocket. Something I feel like I'm always going to be doing. It's just
Yeah.
it's another thing I have a passion for, and like I can't even imagine life without it at this point. So yeah, I will always be doing
Definitely.
YouTube as well.
That's awesome. So you're kind of taking the radio silence pathway a little bit with the being YouTube first and then moving forward. That's also really cool because if you do continue with your channel long term, what a great way to pay back your fans. Like for sure, as far as like being there and having live streams and doing all the stuff that you do. And you may have to scale back one day eventually, but even still being present is a big deal. So
Yeah, like
it's
maybe
fun.
10 years down the line, I won't be posting like 3 videos a day, like like I do sometimes. But yeah, I would love to just continue doing YouTube for a long time.
Oh yeah, it's such a great community. It's like I can't imagine like walking away from everybody. Everyone's so great and so much fun together. And now there you go, Jake. Nate says, "How much can I back to become a Ghostface killer?" Oh wow.
So on the tier, so I'm gonna say this, and people are gonna be like, "What the heck, Jake? What is going on?" So it is a $300 tier, but you get
Okay.
like literally every reward beyond, like, that's a part of the thing, which there's like ghost face enamel pins that you can get. There's a limited edition poster that's really cool. I actually just
It
tweeted that out
is.
the other day. We had an artist like make it and produce it. She's been working on it for a month. It looks amazing. I'm incredibly proud of it. You can get that. You can get a there's a bunch of stuff. Like, it's literally all just slipping my brain because it's unfortunately
Well,
10:30 at night. But there's a
the
lot of really good perks that you can check out, and you get all at that tier as well as being the film.
yeah, and the one that the tier that I was doing, I was able to donate on, included the VHS, the limited
Yes.
VHS version of the film, which is wild. I think that's just such a cool idea, man.
So a lot from when you see things from just the killer's perspective, like the killers are filming like their own stab fan film within this fan film. Meta.
Oh, yeah,
That was one
I
of the
love
reasons
it.
we wanted to do something VHS related, because they're filming it on a VHS video camera to make it
Okay,
look more
okay.
90s. Yeah.
That makes sense now. What the context is around it. Okay, nice.
Yeah.
So it's like you're getting the movie that we were filming in the movie. I totally,
Yeah.
which it makes perfect. And dude, I was wondering, like, oh, that's kind of cool to do in a VHS as like a throwback. But when you're actually seeing a VHS camera, it's perfect,
And to keep it even more spot on, we are actually filming some scenes with a VHS camera to give it that like candid look. Yeah.
dude.
So I'll be totally honest. I ripped that idea from VHS 94, that new movie that came out last year.
Yeah.
But what they did for that, which is so, like, I heard this and I was enamored. I was like, that is the coolest thing I have seen a horror movie do in years. They actually filmed it on a VHS camera to make it look like it was shot in 94. And then they took the tape and they like played it 100 times over and over again to like
Oh.
deteriorate the tape and,
Yes.
and make it look grungier. So we're
Yeah.
gonna do the same thing and then digitize it, and then I'll put it in my editing thing, and that's how we'll edit the movie. But that's the thing I'm the most excited for. I feel like that is gonna look so weird and different, and I don't know. It's gonna be kind of a mix of a touch of found footage and like the typical cinematography of a Scream film. So it's gonna be a weird Frankenstein blend of tone and camera shots. So.
Dude, this is, yeah. Guys. I gotta tell you, this is some information. And Jake and I do chat. Obviously, we're on the collective. We do, but this is some new stuff. This is like, and Jake saved this for you guys on this live stream tonight. That's why I put spoilers in the topic, because I knew that Jake was going to deliver with some background information that we've never seen. So this is awesome, man. And I hope this is making all you guys even more excited, like it is for me right now, to see this movie happen, because it's going to be a lot of fun, man. And, again, I have no stake in this as far as financial. My motivation here is purely to see this happen and see Jake be successful in this thing, man. And that's why I'm there 100%. Fate, I know, had you on his channel to kind of help as well, because we're in the collective. We're brothers. We're friends. What we do, So please, guys, again, I'm not going to be asking all night for money, but I'm asking you, if you can do it, please, let's make this thing happen. Let's get him closer to that gold number that he needs to be at. Speaking of posters, I was doing a little uploading, and look at this beautiful piece of work. Look at that. There it is, guys.
That is the poster. You can get you can get a copy of it, a physical print of it right now over on the
Yeah.
Kickstarter. Heck yeah.
Heck yeah. Limited edition, right? It's only a certain
Yes.
run you're going to do, and that's going to be it.
And that's going to be it. Yes. If this campaign is successful, we do want to do a run for more merch stuff, because we had a bunch of other ideas that we just couldn't execute with this. We had a bunch of other people who have run Kickstarters and Indiegogos told us, like, do not do a certain few things. So
Okay.
we're going to wait till the movie comes out in December to run another Kickstarter for, like, hey, if you guys want a Blu-ray, for example, or more
Yes.
posters, if more people want these, more pins, whatever. So, yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. Blu-ray would be amazing. That would be one that I would be very interested in obtaining.
So we spoke with me and Matt recently spoke with Vincent DeSanti from Womp Stomp Films, who has made like Never Hike Alone, Never Hike in the Snow, and the upcoming Never Hike Alone 2, which I'm very, very excited for. He gave us some advice about, like, he was the one that was like, don't do Blu-rays. That is so
Oh,
expensive.
man. It's got to be. Yeah, it's got to be crazy, I bet.
But yeah, he was very helpful, and he's actually offered his assistance on our fan film. I'm super. That
Wow.
was the thing that was so cool. I've been watching his content for a long time, and the fact that he offered to help us out with our project is insane to me. So yeah, I'm very excited for that.
Oh, that's so cool. And you know what else I love about this poster? It's the perfect width that I can leave it up on this screen for a little while. So I'm just going to leave it there like it is. And because we can see both of us, and so I can see you, we can see each other. And I'm gonna, while we're talking about Red Right Hand for a while, I'm gonna leave this up for everybody, so when they jump on the stream, they know what we're talking about right away. And so, good job on the measurements, bro. It worked out perfectly.
Heck yeah.
Um, let's see here. Richard's in the house with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Richard. Would love to see Nightmare on Elm Street take the same route Halloween did and do a direct sequel. Yeah, to the original. There you go. Absolutely, and use Nancy. That's what I'm talking about with the requel, because you could totally do this. You know, Wes did it in '94, right, with the New Nightmare, but that was a little different, obviously, because it was in the real world, and it was so meta before. It was meta before Scream. You know, it was the same kind of stuff. But I'm with you. But bringing her back into the film as Nancy, Heather Langenkamp as Nancy, that's what I would love to do. You're right, Jake. I mean, would you like to see her back?
Yes, I just my one thing with that, because like I would love to see Heather Langenkamp come back. I'm also having trouble speaking tonight. I would love to see her come back, just not in the same way as Laurie, where she's portrayed as like this, like just do it differently. Because like if you do what we learned from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022 is that if you just try to bring back legacy characters when they're older and you try to make them look badass and all that, it's like, okay, well that's just Halloween 2018. So I hope if they do that, they portray it differently than just making Nancy look like Laurie Strode. That's my one thing.
Yes, I hear you. Yeah, you don't want it to be a Texas Chainsaw where it's so obviously Sally's trying to be Laurie Strode. It was like ridiculously obvious, right? I mean,
Yeah, but I
but
do like that idea though.
yeah, no, yeah, absolutely. There's potential in that for sure. I absolutely. I mean, there is a way you could do it, but just do it the right way. Plus, Nancy was never. Well, I mean, I guess in Dream Warrior she was a bit of a that kind of a Sidney Prescott, but she was or Laurie Strode. I mean, but I would love to see her more as a Sidney Prescott type of character
Yeah,
again, like she was in the first one. That's obviously she's seasoned and going through all of that. She would not be the same girl, but just like Sydney, Sydney's not the same as she was in '96. Different character, but still, she's not Laurie Strode either.
right,
She's
right.
not packing these weapons and her, doing all of gun shooting her gun. Well, of course, she did in 5, but anyway.
Right, but like Laurie Strode is like she's been, horribly traumatized by like what
Yeah,
happened to her, and she's like recluse and all that. And I love the way that's done in the David Gordon Green films. But we see Sidney
right.
Prescott almost the opposite of that. She has gone through a lot of trauma, but she's dealt with it differently. Which I just don't. I want to see. I want to see that. I want to see dealing with trauma in different ways. That is like it's still realistic, just not exactly the same as how we've seen Sidney Prescott now and how we've seen Laurie Strode. I would like to see them take a different approach to that based off of some stuff that happens maybe just in that original film. I think that would be cool. I don't know.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm
Yeah.
with you, man. Now, something else that's cool. Let's jump back to Red Right Hand. Now we're gonna do this all night. We're gonna go in and out, and that's what we're. That's okay. That's what we're here to do. We're gonna talk about this. We're gonna talk about Scream. We'll come back, wherever that leads us. But let's move now back to Red Right Hand for a second and talk about filming locations. Because when you filmed the proof of concept, right? There
Yeah.
was and then we can talk about that freely, right? You're cool with what
Yeah.
we saw on camera, okay?
Oh yeah.
So all right. So the ending of this movie, you had the brilliant idea to go to Wilmington, right, North Carolina, which is where Scream 5 was mostly all filmed at. And you actually went to the I think it was Cardinal Lanes bowling alley, which is the same bowling alley we see Sam and Richie at when the movie opens after Tara is attacked and the camera's panning down. That's where you were. The movie ends there at the Scream location, which is awesome. So tell me, where are we going to see the bowling alley again? Are we going to see Wilmington? Or where are you going to do your principal filming at?
So the principal photography is going to be taking place here in Ohio because the setting is going to be the same as the Scream 2 setting, which is Windsor, Ohio. So
Beautiful.
on the campus of Windsor College as well. That is where Red Right Hand will take place.
Okay.
But don't knock that idea of possibly seeing some Scream movie locations in the film. So we might have already filmed a scene for the movie. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Now, Deanna says, I'm coming in late. Sorry if it's been asked, but what's the synopsis storyline behind your film? So, Jake, how about, because people are joining in and out a lot here,
Yeah.
so can you give us your 2 sentence, your high level synopsis of the film?
Of course. What if you saw a Scream movie from the perspective of the killers? What is the struggles like of being a Ghostface killer, or just plotting out killing all of your friends for various reasons? We see that struggle here in this movie, but you might be asking the question, well, Jake, that ruins a whole aspect of Scream. There's no mystery. There's still going to be some kind of mystery, my friends. You will see something happen where the killers now have to deal with a mystery instead of the victims trying to figure out who Ghostface is. It gets a little more complicated than that. So, yes.
Yes, but what a great idea. I just think that's so original. Jen's in the house. Hey, Jen. I told you we're going, Jen. I'm glad you're here. Jen says, I watched the interview with Robert Englund today, and he said no more Freddy for him. Oh, well, but then I always, I used to believe all these things. And then I started thinking to myself, well, hold on a minute. If something's in the works, wouldn't you, and you want it to be kept quiet until the movie's done, or trade and marketing, I mean, wouldn't you say no? I mean, it's like, I don't know anymore. I take them at face value, I guess, but I also in the back of my mind say no, but maybe. I'm still saying, how do you know for sure? Is this
If there's
marketing?
enough money involved, we
Yeah,
could bring him back. Like
I think
I
so
think.
too.
Yeah.
I mean, now I don't know, and that's the other thing for Nightmare, and we keep going back to Nightmare. When you got the Scream 6, do you would you be okay with him? Because we looked up on the collective the other day. Remember his age? He was a little bit older than I thought. He's like in his mid 70s, which was a surprise to me. I thought he was about 10 years younger. So how would you feel about? Would you want to see Robert Englund return in different a different type of Freddy, where he's not going to be necessarily the most over the top active kind of stuff where they get a lot of stunt. Of course, there's stuntmen that they use anyway. But with the makeup, it's not like Michael Myers where he has a mask on, because it wouldn't matter. You could have anybody in that jumpsuit. But Freddy Krueger, it's his face. It's Robert's face with makeup. So you can't really fake that without people noticing it. So Jake, I'm saying this. If he cannot return as the Freddy we've known, would you be okay with that? Or do you say, you know what, maybe it's just time because of natural age, it's time that we move on? Or do you want to see Robert, no matter what, I want to see Robert Englund in this film, make it work, Hollywood?
I would love to see Robert Englund come back. That would be awesome. If he did one more movie, heck yeah, like I would be all about that. If the news came out tomorrow, I would be pumped. I would make a video. I might start crying. But I like also at the same time, if they want to bring in a new actor to play him, I feel like there are a few people that are worthy of the position nowadays. For sure.
Okay.
I wouldn't be heartbroken if they decided to take that route. I've talked a little bit about how I love Glenn Howerton from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I just feel like he was born to play a psychopath, and to play a silly version of Freddy Krueger that is also very scary and dark. I would be down to see. I would love to see something like that. I know I've had a few people disagree with me on that, but I love Glenn Howerton. He's only been in like a handful of horror movies, and I would just love to see him play a psycho killer in some capacity.
Yeah, absolutely, man. There are some good people, and who, if they did do this, as much as I want Robert back, I'm like, yeah, I really want him back, but I also would be open minded to give this next person a chance.
Yeah.
I would. I'd
100%.
be 100%. Maverick says everyone has a price. Yeah, and Carrie says in Hollywood they do. Yep, that's true. Carrie also is a good reminder. She says Nev says she wasn't coming back, but yeah, there she was.
Yep.
They won her over, and so anything can definitely happen.
We got to get someone writing a letter to Robert Englund, a really strong worded letter, because apparently that's how they got Nev back. So
Exactly. That's right, man. Let's get these letters going. James Wan. Let's get James Wan locked in, and then he can write the
yeah.
letter.
That would be, oh my God, Lee Winnell and James Wan writing, directing. That would be insane. If they made a new Nightmare movie, I would lose my mind.
I would be, dude. We'd be talking about that for like for months. I mean, that would just be a hot topic. Now, Maverick's suggesting someone who I suggested before, which was, of course, my boy Matthew Lillard coming in. That could be interesting, you know?
He could do it. I think he could do it for sure.
Yeah,
If he was interested, yeah.
absolutely. I think it would be pretty darn cool. Let's see here. Let's see. Mo being Ghostface is a fever dream of paranoia and adrenaline. I would imagine you need as much body armor as possible. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, the body armor definitely helped out Stu in Scream 5 when he killed Dewey, because if he had not had that bulletproof vest on, it could have been a bad day for Stu Macher. You know.
Yeah.
So, you see how I slid that in there, Jake?
Yeah.
I
like
just
that.
eased it right in.
Right.
I was just like nonchalant.
Hey, there we go. There he
it
is. That's the man.
That is the man. Woo. All right. Oh my gosh. Okay. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no, you're all good. But yes, to comment on that a little further, it is going to be a fever dream of a film. When I was writing it, I think I posted something on my Instagram saying, I'm like, this is insane. I'm horrified Scream fans might not like it because it's so dark, and it's so like it's a little trippy too, because you like seeing it from the killer's perspective. It has to be so different. It's forced to be tonally a completely different movie. But then you also have these scenes where you meet with like the friend characters, and it's just like a Scream film again. So it's kind of this tone whiplash that I feel like is very odd and very, very strange, but I feel like it works, and it's very out there. It's a very out there movie, but I love it.
Wow.
It's a lot of fun, and it's super dark and crazy at times, but then it'll slow down, and you'll get to meet the characters a little bit, and you'll get to fall in love with them, maybe just to get them ripped away. I don't know. You got to watch the movie in December, so it might.
Right.
And if we don't get to 5,000 before the 27th, it's not going to happen. So make it happen, everybody. Make it happen.
That's right. That's right, guys. That's the other thing too. Glad you reminded, brought that up again, because I hadn't said that since the beginning. This Kickstarter is not like a 6-month project. This is not like where it's just indefinite. This has a deadline. So we've got 20, like you said, the 27th, right? That's it. It has to be there. We're talking 2 weeks away, 13 days. So the sense of urgency, guys, is there. That's why we're doing this. That's why I wanted to bring Jake on tonight, not just to have a great time, because I always love talking to Jake, but to also bring more attention and more focus that we've got to come together. And you guys are doing it. Your super chats tonight. I appreciate that. All of that I'm donating tonight. I'm going to pledge all of that tonight. So anything, as we're going through talking about Scream here in a minute, we're going to transition, and then we'll come back again at the end. But anything, it goes to him tonight. Let's get there. And go to his Kickstarter. It's in the description below. You can go there right now and click it. It's actually in the chat. If you go, I put it in there. So please, guys, every dollar counts, right, Jake? Every single dollar. And what else counts, too, is sharing it. Sharing it on your social. Bringing awareness to Scream fans in your circles and horror fans that this thing's happening. That there's a film coming from someone whose passion is living and dying in this thing. This is Jake's passion. It's not a hobby. He's not the director of Halloween 5, who's never seen a Halloween movie, and he's coming in to make one. This is not what that's about. Jake is radio silence. He is that type of passion and commitment to the franchise. So anyway, that's my plea. Let's do it. I just want to see it happen, dude. When you hit 5K, I'm bringing you on, and we are going to have some type of course, you're probably going to have a massive one on your channel, but we're going to have a massive collective on the Lethal Collective. It's going to have it all dedicated to celebrating the accomplishment.
Oh,
so,
I'm wearing my fanciest suit. I'm cracking open a bottle of champagne. It's gonna be a celebration. It's gonna be great. It's gonna happen. We're gonna hit 5K. I'm excited, but we do need your help. So please support it if you can.
Absolutely. Coop has a question for you. He says, I know you probably answered this, but if you get enough money, will you try to bring in one of the actual cast members from any of the films to Red Right Hand?
We might have something in the works if we meet some of our stretch goals. We're concerned we might not make some of the stretch goals because if you actually go to the Kickstarter, you can see like some of them on there. If we get to which this may or may not happen depending on how much traction we get. I am, we're smaller YouTubers here. We're not like
Right, absolutely.
Chris Stuckman who just got like $400,000 for his movie.
Gee whiz.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, and he is well deserved. He's amazing.
Well, yeah,
just an
but-
amazing YouTuber, and he clearly has a knack for filmmaking, so it's well deserved. But like we're smaller here, we're asking for $5,000 to make this whole movie. But theoretically, if we could get to 25,000, we have something already lined up. Theoretically, if that were to happen, if some rich person decides to go to Kickstarter and just drop like a crazy amount of money, yeah, we have something already set up in the works for that to happen. And I can't say who this person is, but
Wow.
we have already spoken with somebody's agent on the phone about them possibly being in the film. So if we get our stretch goals made, yeah, it'll happen.
Whew. Wow, that's awesome. That's exciting. All right. Well, I tell you what. How about now? Let's see. Why don't we transition a little bit now? Just Scream 6. How about that, Jake? We'll jump
Yeah.
over there for a little bit. Let's talk a little bit of Scream, and then we're going to be coming back. So don't worry. We're going to be coming back to Red Right Hand because there's still more things to talk about. But let's talk about Scream 6 now. So it's been 2 months. Actually, tomorrow. Tomorrow is exactly 2 months from when Scream 5 was dropped on the 14th of January. So in essence, and by the time this stream ends, it probably will be tomorrow on the East Coast or somewhere in the world. So let's talk about it now. How are your feelings from if you could compare the way you felt after you watched Scream 5 in the theater day one, once you went on the 13th. So actually, it is 2 months today. I remember.
Yeah.
So I was so jealous because you were going the night before, and so it's literally been 2 months for you. From the first time how you walked out to your car and all the processing and all of the time. How many times have you seen it now? Do you ever count? Or do you remember the count?
So I saw it 5 times in the theater. I've rewatched it once on like Paramount Plus or whatever. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Very good. So I was 2 times in the theater, 4 times at home. I'm at 6. We're on the same number. I have 6 views.
Crazy.
Okay. It's crazy. And so tell me, sometimes I just turn it on at night while I'm working on videos, and I just have it playing while I'm working. I just love it. It's great.
It's nice
just
to
the
have
atmosphere.
a refresher. Yeah, and
Yes.
that as well, of course.
And a
Yeah.
refresher, refresher, and you start noticing those little winks, little views, little stares. Oh, okay. But tell me this. Here's what I'm trying to get to: is can you compare how you felt about it day one to how you feel about it after 6 viewings? Has anything changed for you, good or bad?
I've noticed a lot more things that are like deep cut references that you definitely would not notice the first time, and I've also noticed a few things that like I feel like is rough. But nonetheless, I love the film. I mean, it's my favorite Scream sequel. It goes places I never thought a Scream film would ever dare to go. And my buddy Sean, who is working on the movie with me, he runs a movie his own movie company called Zomleader Studios, and his biggest complaint about it was that they didn't lean into that enough. Like it felt like it was trying to be safe, in my opinion, I think it leans, as being a fan of the franchise, that is, it leans more into that ambitious territory of like deviating from the tone, deviating from your typical plot formula of like every other Scream movie. It does lean into that a little bit, and that's what I really appreciated about the film. This one breaks a lot of rules. It does things differently than the other movies. It's a lot more brutal with its kills too, even if it doesn't really have a chase scene.
Right. It's like no chase scenes at all.
That's
basically.
I get
maybe
that
a little
complaint.
bit, but not really. I mean, you got the break room, and I don't count Tara in the wheelchair going down the hall as a chase scene. It's a stalking scene, but it's not a chase scene. Anyway, I mean, go ahead, man. We didn't get one.
I think it was James Vanderbilt that posted something on Twitter about how that was written as supposing to be the slowest chase scene of all time in like movie history, and I'm just like, okay, but I want a cool chase scene, and I think that that's a thing I've noticed. Maybe that was something I noticed like maybe 3rd or 4th viewing, and I also got a comment about it like as I was posting more about it, and I'm like, yeah, wow, there's no chase scenes in this movie, pretty much. So I would like
Yep.
to see them. I would love to see that changed moving forward. Like, let's get some good chase scenes. Let's have some bicycles on the top of a third story that we can throw at Ghostface. Why is there a bicycle on the third story? I don't know, but let's throw it at Ghostface. Sure, I like that.
Well, I remember, Jake, when we were talking about this before it came out, one of the things you said you wanted to see was some good chase scenes. That was one of your on your short list that you were looking for. I remember you talking about that, and I kept thinking there has to be one, right? There has to be at least one in here, but for some reason, whatever reason, they didn't. Yeah, they didn't go that route. But wouldn't it be nice to see some actually running around, being chased, and we just add that suspense. I guess what I'm saying, draw it out,
Yeah.
and so this movie, it was fast. Even the kills were. The only one that was drawn out. Well, I shouldn't say the only one, but when it comes to mind, the Vince kill with the turning on the engine, revving it up, that was a little slow burn, a little bit.
Yeah.
But the Judy kill was instant. The West kill was instant. Help me out here, man. The Liv kill was instant.
Okay, but that one was pretty cool though.
That one was pretty cool because of the what because of because it was a reveal, right?
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
The Chad scene had a little build up because he was out there with the candlestick, and he was getting the phone. That had a little bit of a, but again,
Yeah.
that wasn't even a chase scene, but it was a little something.
I think that one probably had the best build up, like the most suspense behind it, because also when he's kind of getting chased, he's like stabbed in the leg or whatever, and he has Ghostface running behind him. So that's cool. That's a cool scene. I think that's sick. But I would like to see more chase scenes in 6 when that finally comes out.
Yeah, and so I guess now my question is, are you taking a break from watching it now and moving on to new projects, or not projects, but new things to watch? Are you going to keep it in your rotation? Or do you even have a plan for any more views at this time?
I am probably going to watch the Scream. Like, I've been watching 2 and 4 a lot. I'm taking a lot of inspiration from those 2 films with Red Right Hand. So I'm trying to live in that world this entire year. I'm trying to really immerse myself into the Scream universe. So I'm going to be putting them on. They're going to be on rotation, 100%. I'm going to be going back to them. Another big thing that we talked about during our live stream, which our cinematographer Andrew Oliver is going to be putting a massive focus on for Red Right Hand, is the cinematography in that first one is unmatched. I think none of the sequels. The sequels are good with it. Like in 2, we see some like really gorgeous wide shots of like UCLA essentially, but it's Windsor. But nothing compares to that first one, I think, with the swaying angle when you see Ghostface in the garage with Tatum. It's just like there's something about it that builds the suspense because of how it's filmed. So we have a big focal point on that with Red Right Hands, about how I want it to look like it's another. I want it to be filmed in the same way that Scream '96 was at certain points.
Nice. Well, yeah, I can't. Wes Craven's cinematography, the way he wanted shots filmed were just. I remember Scream 2, even the scene where Dewey comes on the scene with the Dewey theme for the first time, and he's standing by the tree. It's even a nice wider shot where you're seeing, it's the grass around him and the buildings behind it, and just obviously I'm a Craven fan, but I think he was just brilliant. I love the way he shot his films, man, and he would get tight when he wanted to, but he really had an eye for the look, how he wants it to look. And like we were talking about on the Scream watch along with Nancy Ann Ritter, the scene when Casey Becker hits the ground and the camera's looking at that sideway angle on the ground towards the porch where her parents, just little shots like that they're very, very smart. Because you could have just shot the parents walking up, but he wanted you to see the POV of Casey, and that kind of stuff is just, it's attention to detail, if you ask me.
Right. You can build suspense in scenes where you might think there's not that potential, but in a lot of ways, there's so much potential to build suspense in that scene that he found a way to do that. And yeah, no, I 100% agree. You could have just filmed them walking up, but it's way more scary that way.
It is.
I agree.
You connect with it. Now, Nick's got a question for you, Jake.
Yeah.
This is a good one. Jake, do you still think Amber killed Dewey? I have serious doubts about that, and maybe that's why I have half a foot. Oh boy, half a foot on the stew train, baby. I'm telling you. So, Jake, what say you, man? Because you know my position. I kind of, and now I'm like 90% there. That I really do think that we're going to find out that Stu killed Dewey and that he told Amber it's not, I can't be revealed yet, but you get the credit for it. I'm gonna get the satisfaction of finishing what I started, and that's why it's such an honor to finally get this done. Anyway, I'll stop talking now, Jake. The question was for you. Everybody knows what I think here on the channel. I think they do. So, what say you about Amber and Dewey?
I think before Scream 6 was announced, I was like, yeah, that's Amber. But yeah, I mean, now it raises a question. I'm not gonna say I'm closed-minded to anything. I think for sure with a Scream 6, they're going to build on top of what they already started with Scream 5. If they didn't, it would be a little weird. I know some people didn't love the motive, but you kind of have to run with that now, or else it's going to turn into Star Wars 7 to Star Wars 8, where it's just they're two completely separate films with the same characters, essentially. I don't want that. I do not want a Last Jedi for the next movie. I really want them to do something in the same vein that carries those same themes from the original movie moving forward. And that relates here with if they want to bring Stu back, he's got to have his motive of coming back to finish what he started has to relate to essentially making new stab films, I think, because then we're just going to make it all about Sydney again, and we've seen that already in the past. So, yeah.
So, what are your thoughts on it? And this is something that I've kicked around lately for a while, and is the idea of what if it's Stu who is running the the stab dreaded, or whatever it is, the dreaded, they call it, page where all of this, where Richie and Amber met. What if Stu actually is the one who posted the ad, or the post, whatever you want to call it. I can't talk tonight, I said, for some reason. But if he's behind all that, and we find out that Richie and Sam were just two of the people he has already recruited, he's already got involved, and that's the idea. I'm floating around a little bit now. I'm going to start promoting it more on my new videos coming up. What do you think about that? Because I've never asked you that question.
There's a part of me that would think it was really cool if we saw Stu Macher like still in prison somehow using Reddit to control the outside world. I almost think that would be a really interesting angle, opposed to like just having him out and about run around killing people. Although like that would be cool to see again, for sure. I'm not going to be complaining about that either. But yeah, that would be cool. That would be interesting. I think for sure it's got to revolve around that aspect of like bringing back we got to make another movie like the original. Yeah, we definitely need to follow that vibe. I love all these pictures of Stu, by the way. God, I mean, just
they're awesome, man. I'm just like, gosh.
His
And
performance in that movie is so good. Oh,
it's. I watched it again. Well, we watched it the other day. Every time I watch it, it doesn't matter how many times I've seen that movie. When his performance of the whole movie is amazing, but that kitchen scene, I'm like, you can't top that. This is not toppable. I don't care what they do in the future. In my opinion, that's an untouchable, unbreakable, untoppable, unoverachievable scene. You just can't, and one of the downsides to bringing Scream 5's finale into Stu's kitchen is you are immediately referencing Billy and Stu back in your mind as you're watching Richie and Amber. And in my mind, Richie and Amber, that's not Billy and Stu, okay? I'm not saying they were bad. I'm just saying that's not Billy and Stu. So it would take a lot of not gall, but a lot of gumption, if you want to use an old-fashioned word, a lot of guts, I'll just stop there. A lot of guts.
I like gumption. I
like gumption. You don't hear that word very much anymore. It's kind of old-fashioned,
Exactly.
It's like my mom used to use it all the time. It takes some gumption to do that. So it took some gumption to go back into this kitchen where it's a hallowed ground in this universe of Scream. And that was part of the reason why I don't know. My opinion is changing a little bit on Scream 5. It's not. I still like the movie a lot, and I enjoy it. I mean, every time I watch it, I'm laughing. I'm into the scenes, but I think that some of the initial shine, is kind of wearing off a little bit. I'm seeing more of the metal underneath, and
Yeah,
again, don't
I
misunderstand
understand
me,
that.
but you understand me? Yeah, it's just,
Yeah.
and I knew it was going to happen. Like one thing is going to happen or the other. Either after I watch it 6, 10, 15 times, either it's going to be a Scream 1 thing where it looks shinier every time I watch it. Like it actually like it looks aging better. It's like getting better, and which is
Yeah.
impossible to think of. But Scream 5 right now, I like it, but it's not aging that way. It's not as shiny to me now as it was.
I will say something about this film, especially that ending sequence, like in the kitchen at Stu's
Yeah.
house, that makes it its own thing, though, is just the way it's shot. Like going back to cinematography, it's not shot the same way as the original, which in ways it's better, in ways it's worse. I think I like it for being its own character. Like it's a much different vibe than the ending of the original Scream, and that's kind of why I'm like okay
Yeah.
with it.
Yep.
And I agree that like it's like okay, if you're gonna do it in the same place, that's tough to top. It's like you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot there. But because of that, I'm okay with it because of how differently it's done.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And they definitely don't try to be Billy and Stu. They don't do the whole stabbing each other, which was I thought that was smart. They didn't do that whole thing. Get it up. They didn't try to go that way. That they, and because we saw that in 4. With Charlie and Jill. Well, at least Charlie thought it was going to be that way. He learned the hard way that you can't trust this chick, but at all. But anyway, yeah. So it was smart not to do. It was smart not to do this. Like the whole get it up right there. To get it up.
Yeah.
Now I have a show. I've got a shot, man. I need to show you this. I don't know if you've seen this before. I may have shown it on the. No, it wouldn't have been the collective because night hosts those. I hosted it Friday. But anyway, if you've seen it, you can say I've seen it. But I have a picture here that was sent to me by someone who I have never ever seen this image in 25 years of Scream 1 back behind the scenes. And this guy, if you're watching, you know who you are. I'm not going to say who it is by their request, but they have some connections. I'm going to leave it at that. And so this was shared with me to share on anonymity. Look at this shot. Look at this shot, bro. This is someone snapped this picture in the crew or on the cast. Wes Craven holding the Buck 120 Ghostface knife, showing Skeet how he wants it to go. Look at that shot.
Oh wow.
Isn't that incredible?
I've never seen that before. That's crazy.
No, I know. I was floored when this individual presented this to me. I said, I have scoured everywhere you can think of, and this has never been. I've never seen this.
Oh, that's an awesome shot.
I just think it's amazing. I just can't stop looking at it. Like, look at this. It's so. I mean, it's Wes is teaching him. He's directing him. He's showing. It's just anyway. So I had to show that again. I pull it out every now and then. I wasn't sure if you had seen that, so I had.
I've never seen. When I was making my that first of all, that's awesome. But when I was making my Scream 4 locations video, I did a little like tribute to Wes Craven, and I looked through like a bunch of hours of behind the scenes footage like online, and I like kind of cobbled something together in the middle of that video. And I mean, the guy was just having the time of his life. And I mean, I don't know. To me, that is just so awesome. I have nothing but love for the man. And he, like, even there, he just looks like he's loving what he's doing. Like, he just looks like he's having an absolute blast. And that's just wonderful. I love seeing that kind of passion in anybody.
Oh man, it's so he was wow, just incredible, man. It's so. I often think to myself, man, what would have Scream 5 been like if Wes had been directing it? What would oh man, like just and again, not that Radio Silence did bad, but just Wes is the legend. I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, it's just the possibilities were just incredible. And I got to show you another shot here, Jake. I showed this on my Scream 4 live stream. Look at this panoramic shot. Look at that shot. Isn't that incredible?
Oh yeah.
That's so friggin' good. I was like,
you see like the character in everybody here too. That like you see everyone's like emotions, how they're reacting to it. Like you got Judy with the gun, you got Dewey. He's kind of scared. He's like, I don't know.
I'm keeping my shades on. Yeah.
I don't know. Just the way all of his films are directed is just so well done.
Oh, absolutely. Oh man, I tell you, I got to do some. We got some more stuff to do. I ain't even talked about 2 and 3. Well, I talked about 3, but not 2. I haven't touched Scream 2 on the channel yet. Or really, I
Oh,
haven't touched.
okay.
I haven't done. I've done a live stream on Scream 4 and one on Scream 3, but I have not done a 2.
Well, let me ask you this, Craven. Aren't you hosting some kind of thing soon where we're doing a watch party of
You
that,
know, it's
maybe? Yeah?
yeah, we are.
Yeah.
The date, I'm moving the date. It's going to be probably next week, not this coming week here, like Monday through Friday this week, but the following week. I will be having you. Hope if you can make it. I'm gonna have you
Yeah.
back, and Fate, Knight, and Nancy Ann Ritter to join us for a live watch party for Scream 2. So just like we did a couple of weeks ago, if you guys were there in the live stream there, if you weren't there, it's on the channel. You can go watch it and on my channel under the upload section. But Jake, what do you think about that, dude? Nancy Ann Ritter back with Scream 2.
I am literally so excited. That was, I said it during the live stream. I will say it again. That was the coolest live stream I have ever been a part of.
Yes.
If you have not watched all 3 hours of that wonderful, wonderful time we had with Nancy Ann, check it out. It's worth the watch. It's amazing.
Yeah, it was truly. I had to actually go after the thing was done and change my settings to 18 or older. I had to make it an adult because I seriously I had to make it an adult video because of the last hour. And it's so funny because I've talked to people that they didn't finish the whole thing. Like they came in, they went to bed after like the first hour or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, that was really great." I said, "Yeah." I said, Did you get to watch the whole thing?" And they're like, "No." I said, "Oh, the show started at the 2 hour mark.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
starts at that last hour was a whole show that I can't even get it to. All I can tell you is I had to change the settings to adult settings in YouTube, so otherwise I would have gotten nailed with it. So
Yeah. Yeah. You definitely would have.
yeah, I'm like, oh, we're going places that I love. Night has the best line. It's somewhere in the middle of that last hour, and I've rewatched it and I just die. I just crack up because we're all in shock.
I was speechless. Yeah,
I was speechless.
Yeah.
I was literally laughing out of shock to the point of tears. And I remember that night and Night's so calm and cool, and he's like, never, he's just all like just chilling. And he says, he's like, Nancy Ann, he says, this live stream is going places I never would have imagined. He just said it with a straight face. It's like, it was awesome. So if you guys are watching and you have not seen that last hour, you owe it to yourself to see Nancy Ann Ritter unleashed. And as the Carrie Crave Cinema said it, it was craving something scary after dark. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah, it's like I was saying, one of the best live streams I've ever been a part of. If you haven't seen that last hour, especially, watch it. Just watch it. Just do it. It's great.
Yes. Carrie says Amber crossed paths with Stu, and Stu educated Amber. I'm all about it. I think you're right. I like it. Deanna's throwing in. I think Stu is coming back, and after Sam killed Richie, he got the taste for blood. Stu will be taking Sam under his wing to show her the ropes of Ghostface. Yeah, listen, I'm on record saying I'm all for Sam going to the dark side. I'm the only one in the collective that wants it to happen, I think, but they're all pretty much, they like to toy with the idea, but bring her back to the good side. I'm all for it, though. I'm absolutely all for it, but I don't think that'll happen. I'm going to be totally honest. I highly doubt they're going to turn her evil, even though I would love it. Because let me ask you something. Tell me this is not the face of a murderer. Look at that. Look at her, man.
Yeah.
Tell me. I mean, dude. I mean, seriously, bro. Look at that shot. I mean,
Melissa was amazing in this movie. I hate seeing all this stuff on Twitter about people just discounting her for having a wooden performance, even though like that's kind of the point of her whole character. She's like Billy Loomis's daughter, so like you're expecting her not to kind of act like Billy Loomis? What?
Exactly.
I don't know. I loved that ending, especially with Richie and her stabbing him 27 times. Or whatever.
22 times.
22 times. There we go. It's so brutal. It's amazing. I would love to like my thing is I feel like you ruin the potential of that character by making her go evil because she has that influence, she has that internal struggle.
Yep.
And I want to either see her overcome that or succumb to it, and in like the last bit of a bit of everything. If we just in the next movie, if we just decide, oh, okay, she's gonna start helping out the Ghostface killers or something, I don't know. I don't know if I would be. I don't know if I would be interested in that, considering what happened in Scream 5. Like, it would just be such a. It would be way too quick to transition into that, I think.
It would be quick. That would be almost would be maybe 7 would make more sense if it like if she's continuing to struggle in 6 like, but even amplify it now that she's killed, now that she's actually done it. And listen, there is no doubt in my mind anyway. I don't see there's any doubt that this chick right here is not enjoying every bit of that. Jake, man, look, you can kill someone with one stab.
Yeah.
This was not
Yes.
about killing him. This was absolutely indulging her rage and letting it out. And it's pure. It's the most brutal kill of the movie, and that's why I don't know how to feel about it because I love it so much. She's far more vicious than any of the Ghostface kills at all of them, and it makes Tara's attack look weak. It makes Judy's attack look weak. I mean, Chad. I mean, maybe Chad, but no, not even that. That was like 5 stabs or 4, one to the leg and like 3 or 4 to the body. I'm just saying, dude. 22. That's all I gotta tell you. 22. She's Emmett Smith, jersey number, old days. I'm dating myself.
I'm gonna recycle a theory I had back
Yeah.
before Scream 5 came out that I still think could happen in Scream 6, and
Okay.
I'm curious what you think about it. So, I talked about how I would love to see an ending where maybe because like when that picture I talked about specifically that one shot in the trailer where it's like it's basically revealed that at some point in the movie Sam stabs Richie to death. I talked theories about that, and something I mentioned was, what if whoever the killers are gaslight Sam into thinking that Richie is the killer, but like he wasn't the whole time. That was a
I
theory.
remember
had.
that theory. Yes.
I still think something like that could happen moving forward. Obviously, not with Richie because he's not with us anymore. But I think, like, honestly, I think it would be cool to gaslight Sam. It wouldn't be cool, but like, this is something that could happen in the next movie: is to gaslight Sam into thinking that someone is the killer when they're not, and then Sam accidentally kills somebody that isn't the Ghostface killer.
Yeah. So she
then-
actually could kill someone, but accidentally, basically.
Yeah,
Or,
and
not
maybe
even-
it's because she has that killer instinct inside of her that like she's not 100% sure that this person is Ghostface, but she's like out of paranoia and her like desire to kill just does it anyways. So I think that would be a really interesting avenue to explore. That because that's not just directly making Sam a Ghostface killer. That's it's playing with the idea and then making her almost feel bad. Like how
Yeah.
devastated would you be if you did something like that? And trying to save everybody else, but that's like a massive fuck up.
Yeah, massively. And
Yeah.
you could spin the movie with Tara and Sydney and maybe Kirby. We'll see how that goes. Trying to show her, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Try to solve it, like try to prove her innocent. Like it's not her, and whoever the new sheriff is. Good luck getting that job. I would not be interviewing for that job anytime soon. Let me tell you what.
No.
The last 2 sheriffs got killed. No, I'll pass. But anyway, yeah, whoever it is, they're investigating them, right? And they're the whole thing. So we wouldn't see a lot of Sam unless it happens. You could do it later in the movie. You could have her arrested like at the end of the middle or first of the final act, and then they have to get her out at the end or something. You could make it work. So that's really a good idea, Jake. I think it's a fun idea. So and then when Stu is revealed, then it would just
Right.
you disconnect it all together.
And Sam goes to prison. She looks next to her. Oh, there's Stu sitting there just hanging out. It just happens to be the same prison where Stu is at.
That's so awesome. Now, Carrie's got I like this, Carrie. What if we have Angelina come back alongside Stu, 2 OG killers, Angelina the second killer for Scream 3, and we get Stu back. Bro, if this was to happen, man, there would be some type of explosion within my head. I don't know if it would be leaking out of my ears or what orifice, but let me tell you, my brain would explode internally. I would love that because Angelina absolutely could still be alive. She could, and there's no doubt about that. And Stu is alive, and so I mean, that may be too meta. Maybe I don't know if it's too meta bringing back Angelina, Stu, and Kirby. That may be a bit overkill. But
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think, man? What would you think if Angelina was back as a but no one knows she killed. No one knows she was an accomplice. They think she just was a survivor of Roman's attacks.
Well, so here's another thing about what they did in Scream 5 that they might do again with Scream 6 concerning this is there's little nods to the entire franchise about how certain characters ended up where they are now, but we don't necessarily see them. Like Kincaid, or
Yeah.
Patrick Dempsey's character. We know that him and Sydney are married and they have kids, but we never see him on screen. So I feel like something like this is 100% possible to comment on. I don't know if it's going to be the focus because we're
Right.
filming in Montreal, Canada, and like I talked about a little bit on my channel, is that that area is commonly used for filming shots of like a fake New York. So who's in New York City right now? Gale Weathers.
Gale
I think
Weathers.
I think that's where we're going for the next Scream, personally. But
Wow.
I could see them playing with that idea though. I mean, think about what if someone else is on YouTube again and we're watching more YouTube videos and something comes up about how this Angelina person was arrested years after the events in Hollywood or something. Like that would be so cool. I would love to see them touch on that a little bit because like
Yeah.
we've talked about this many times on live streams, Steven, is how we feel that Angelina was the second killer
Yes.
in Scream 3 and
Yes.
how she kind of gets away with it. And
That's
it's
right.
not talked about too much in Scream 3.
No.
Well, yeah, with everything going on behind the scenes, they didn't love that idea, unfortunately. But I think it's sick. Wes Craven was all about doing two killers again, and he kind of did it guerrilla filmmaking, as you say.
That's
So,
right, buddy. Rebel filmmaking. That's right. Exactly. And I love it, Carrie. I think that's an awesome idea. Aiden says that would be wonderful. Yeah, I agree. I think we're on to a winner here. Hey, what's her name? Her last name is Mortimer. The actress Emily Mortimer, who plays Angelina. That's the actress's name. So, guys, if you want to, let's get on her social media. Let's get on her Twitter and her Instagram, message her if you can, and more importantly, let's get a hold of Tyler and Matt and Chad and James and Guy. They're all on social media. They're all on Twitter, and most of them are on Instagram. So let's start tagging them. Let's get some post ups tagging them all, saying we need Stu and Angelina back. Tag everybody. Matthew Lillard, tag Emily Mortimer, and look, why not? We have an opportunity with social media to share our voices, right? That's what it's there for. And everyone has the right to share their voices. And if you don't want them back, then don't do it. That's all right. But for all of you watching the live chat and in replay mode, which is his replay, if you're onto this idea and you like the idea of Angelina and Stu coming back, either or both, send up, just do a message on your social media and copy all these, copy Radio Silence, Matt and Matthew Lillard and the writers, and let's let them know. Can't hurt, right, Jake?
yeah, absolutely. They are very friendly people. So go ahead, hit them up, message them about some stuff.
John Doe's got a question for us that is interesting. What do you think about the idea of Matt Lillard playing himself as an actor like he is in real life, but turns out to be Stu who went into hiding and changed his name?
That gives me like New Nightmare vibes.
It does.
You
It's
know?
very New Nightmare. Yeah, Wes Craven's New Nightmare from 1994. Yep. I mean, it would almost seem, I don't know, would that be a tip of the hat? I guess that would be a tip of the hat to Wes, right? I mean, it would be kind of copying Wes to a T, but I don't know. There was a lot of talk when this movie was being made about what if the idea is if all the actors, it's basically if it's New Nightmare. That's what, if all the actors are themselves and there's a real life stalker that's going Ghostface coming after Nev Campbell and Jamie Kennedy. And that was one of the very first ideas I saw going around as like a possible thought. And when I first heard the idea, I'm like, my thought was, oh yes, this is great because we get to see all of them. We get to see Skeet, Matthew, Jamie. They can all come back. Everybody. But then after about maybe a day or so of thinking about that, Jake, I said no. New Nightmare, it's been done. First of all, it's been done, and second, well, kind of been done like that. And then secondly, No, let's just make a good movie. Let's write a good story. And what do you think, Jake? What do you think about that idea of the self-referential stuff like that, being yourself?
Another thing about that is, yes, it has been done, but it was done by Wes Craven.
That's true.
I
Yeah.
don't know if you throw that idea at Radio Silence if they are into that. You know, and
Right.
they have their own style that we very clearly have seen in Ready or Not and Scream. That like it's a certain way to make movies. It's like very fast paced. It's very bloody. It has these really suspenseful scenes. I don't think that would translate with new filmmakers. Maybe if
Hmm.
Wes Craven was still alive, he would do that. But I don't know if new people could handle that such an ambitious idea like that well.
Agreed. What's up, Destin? Good. Glad you can make it. Good to see you, man.
Yo yo.
Nick T says, I got to run. It's 4 a.m. in Spain. Whew, wow. Hey, man, my props are to you for even being on this stream at all. That's incredible at this time of night. Appreciate you. We'll catch you
Thank
next
you.
time. Hope you have a good day at work. Man, I just, yeah, Emily Mortimer. That's right. Yeah, she would be great to see back. I agree. She would. So, tell me, Jake, now what are some things you want to see in Scream 6? So it's being written now, probably near completion, I would imagine at this point. What would make this a great film? What would make this a because here's my and I want your opinion on this before we even get there. So you and I have talked about this, but I want to make sure everyone understands our position. I feel this is the most critical movie of Radio Silence's career potentially because Radio Not was great, and that was its own thing. They were handed the keys like Ghostface in '96 at the window in the truck. He was given the keys to this amazing, iconic franchise built by the master himself, Mr. Craven. And they did a good job. I thought they did a good job overall. I was happy overall. And I'm really picky when you start talking about my franchise and my director. I'm going to be really hard on it. And I felt they did good, all things considered. So, but here's the thing, Jake. Scream 6 now, they are moving into new territory because they're continuing this iconic franchise. Their homage to Wes has been done. I mean, when 5 ends, it's for Wes. It's a great. We hear the two times the birds chirp, which is just so cool because that was his hobby, was bird watching. Anyway, it's so cool. But anyway, they've kind of taken the monkey off their back to some degree, right? And now they said we did it, we met it. It's a $140 million, $50 million movie. It's already beaten Halloween Kills, so success all around. Everyone's got the champagne out, and we got a sequel. Now, here to me is where the real work begins, almost because you have to follow up with what you just did. It has to be as good or better than what you did, and now they have the chance to make what I say a radio silence Scream. I feel that the last one was a radio silence / Wes Craven Scream. I really
Yeah.
do. And I think now that that's been met, I think their obligation has been met to their. So now I think it's more of this is a radio silence Scream movie. Here's the thing though, Jake. That's an awesome opportunity, but it's either going to expose you for your lack of continuity or lack of ability, or it's going to make you shine as a superstar. I think they have the opportunity to do a great job. I'm excited for this. But I feel it's the most crucial movie for them because if this is wrong, if they do some funky stuff, like I did a video on Is Amber Coming Back? I don't know if you saw it or not. I posted it yesterday. A Screen Rant article talking about bring Amber back, make her like Freddy Krueger, and you can honor. I'm like, no, you better not make this a supernatural movie. But here's the thing, dude. I'm rambling long, I know. But here's my thing.
No, you're good.
This is so crucial. I'm so passionate. I can't.
Yeah.
I got to reel it in. This is so crucial in my mind because if they mess up here, and this movie does not do well, dude, that could be the end of them for Scream. Not the end of their career. The end of them for this franchise. That could be done. I want to know what you think. Do you agree it's that important as I do, or do you think I'm overemphasizing it? But I really do believe it's that important.
It is. No, it 100% is because I think Scream 5 is kind of their like, hey, listen, we can make a Scream film and we're going to make it similar to the other ones, but that's where a lot of the problems come from Scream 5 though. Like literally every problem I have with the film is maybe because it's a little too cautious is what I'm realizing about it. When I initially saw it, I was blown away by the stuff that they did that was a deviation and that stood out so much to me. That was my favorite part of the film. Was everything they changed, everything all the crazy decisions they decided to make with some of the characters. That was the thing that impressed me so much about Scream 5. And then rewatching it, I'm realizing the things I don't like that much are the things that they tried to copy about the original formula. So
Okay.
I think the best route they can go with a new Scream film is just to embrace the fact that they're not Wes Craven and Kevin Williamson. They're not that
Yes.
team. Like we have Kevin, of course, on board.
Right.
And he's probably going to be somehow influencing the creative process. But I think they have to embrace the fact that they are radio silence. They have to make a radio silence Scream. Because, yeah, you're 100% correct. It's not a radio silence film. It has a lot of aspects of like Ready or Not, of Devil's Due, but it's not quite that film. And
No.
it's not quite there. And I feel like with Scream 6, now they have impressed the Scream audience that for the most part. And they have made a successful film. They've relaunched the franchise. I think now they go say they lean into that as much as possible. Lean into all that weird stuff because that was what was so impressive to me about the film. Make more of that. If we're going to do a one is set in New York City, that would be awesome. Take us out of Woodsboro. Let's go somewhere else. Like cuz we were just talking about how Stu's Kitchen is where the finale takes place.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're not going to do that. You're not going to do Stu's Kitchen better than Stu and Billy.
No.
You're not.
You can't. It's
just-
impossible. Yeah.
Exactly. So do your own thing. Go to New York
Yes.
City. Let's have a Ghostface reveal in fucking Times Square. Like, how crazy would
Yeah.
that be?
That would be
On the
amazing.
big monitor or something. Ghostface is in New York City. Ghostface takes Manhattan. I want to see it. I want to see Radio Silence just dive into some unbeknownst territory with Scream. Just try a different angle and do your own thing because that I feel like will ultimately be a better film, which is why I'm predicting Scream 6 will be better than Scream 5.
Wow. Okay, we're on record, Jake. You think it's going to be better? Wow.
I've said it many times. I'm sticking to my guns on that one, especially if Samara Weaving is in this film. I will lose my mind.
Okay, listen, Jake. You brought up Samara.
Yeah.
I've been talking about her, and I'm like, I want her to be the opening kill, and I want a Casey Becker opening.
Ooh.
I mean, I want this savage. Now, the Tara's attack was great, but I want to up the scales. I want to go because listen, honestly, Tara was not the Casey, and no one's going to be Casey Becker. But I want that. I'm talking about the gutting. I'm talking about gutting, guts falling out. I want hanging. Dude, I'm serious. Like, could you imagine if she's the opening kill? Just Scream 6, dude.
Now, you know why that would work is because we've seen Radio Silence work with her before, because we kind of know her as this scream queen. Like, she's been in, like, the Babysitter films, for example, Ready or Not, Mayhem, like, all those movies where she's kind of been, like, the star. She's been this big, like, horror movie icon of the past, like, 5-6 years or so. And then to murder her in the opening scene, her, like, being reunited with Radio Silence, everyone's so pumped to see Samara Weaving. She's dead in the first 11 minutes. Now, that would be shocking.
Yeah.
But also imagine if she was one of the killers.
Oh.
Like,
okay.
Tell me that wouldn't be kind of cool.
It would. Yeah, it would.
I feel like it would be a little predictable because it's like, okay, she was a killer in The Babysitter, and
right.
she's a badass in Ready or Not. But, like, I'm also like, I kind of want to see that third act speech from Samara Weaving. You know, I also kind of want to see that. I don't know.
Well, honestly, man, that opening. Now, the opening of 2, we had celebrities. We had Omar Epps, and we had J.D. Pickett Smith. We had Cotton in 3, right? And then 4, we had the crazy stab stuff with the celebrities, which I thought was. I like it. I don't think you're a fan of it.
Yeah.
I know that. I enjoyed it. I did. I will say I enjoyed it. I have no problem with the 4 opening of 4. But we have not had a celebrity, like what you would call out of the universe celebrity kill, really, since Jada and Omar Epps. So. What if we have a true return to the celebrity cameo? Well, not really cameo, but celebrity appearance opening kill And I think Samara Weaving would be that's honestly as a Ghostface would be great too. But I feel like you're right. It's almost too on the nose, almost too on the nose
I
to
know,
do
I
it.
know, but I'm also like, oh god, her delivery of a third act crazy person speech would just be so good. Like, so I don't know. She's amazing. I love her so much. If she's in this film in any capacity, I will be happy
Oh,
with it.
same here,
Just
man.
because I don't know, she's just everything she touches, she is amazing in. I'll watch. Like, dude, have you seen Mayhem? That's such an underrated
Damn.
movie.
No, I've
It's
not
her
seen that.
and it's her and Stephen Ewan from the Walking Dead, and I
Wow.
mean, it's so good. It's basically the Belko Experiment if that movie wasn't meh. Like, I feel like this one is
Ah.
it's that same idea of like people in an office building all kind of like murdering each other, but it's really interesting. It's fun. It's actually kind of funny, even though it's like bloody and gory. So I really love that film, and she nails it in that. I would love to see her come into Scream
Yes.
6. Now, can I relate that to something real quick? And then I
Of
swear to God,
course.
we can move topics.
Yeah.
But have you seen the Fear Street movies?
I saw Fear Street 94 because I had heard that it has so many nods to Scream, and I enjoyed 94 because that was I thought it was well done. I did not watch the other two. I only saw
Yeah.
four. 94.
So 94 is the one I'm referencing, which is perfect.
Oh, good.
So that movie's done by Lee Janik, who is married to one of the Duffer brothers. I can't remember which one, maybe Ross offhand, who does Stranger Things. And
Okay.
Maya Hawke is the opening kill of 94, who she plays, is it Piper or someone? She plays a character in Stranger Things. So when I heard that she was going to be in Fear Street, I'm thinking, oh, she's going to be like the lead character. She gets murdered in the very first scene. So that's kind of, in a way, a reference to Scream, because she's been a
Yes.
part of like that family of like filmmakers. So 100% I could see them doing that with with Samara Weaving and Scream to kind of compare those two things. Because that was
Yeah.
a shock to me. That was a shock. I'm like, they killed Maya Hawke already? Oh my, that's crazy. So yeah, I could see that. 100% I could see that happening. It's not like a crazy new idea to throw that in there. So yeah.
Oh no, and she's so good too. So she was great in Ready or Not. Just I loved her performance in Ready or Not, man. It was good.
Oh yeah.
Now we got us a super chat from Jimmy coming in the house for $20 super chat. What's up, Craven? Jake, that is one badass poster and definitely one of those to go along with my Stew Train ticket for the office. That's right. And I also know you're going absolutely kill it with your new film. Can't wait, brother. Oh, that's awesome.
Thank you, Jimmy. I appreciate it.
That's so cool, man. That is an awesome poster, man. I can't get enough of it. I'm trying to find where it went. What happened to your poster? Oh no. Oh, there it is. I thought I was like, don't tell me I deleted the poster. Thank you, Jimmy, so much, man. That's going to go to all the super chats tonight. I am donating to Jake's Kickstarter to help for the film. So thank you so much for that. There, look at that poster. Look at that.
Oh yeah, and Steven, listen, you've been so gracious to donate the super chats tonight to the Kickstarter.
Oh.
I feel like maybe I should give back as well and tell you a big spoiler about Red Right Hand.
Oh, please do.
and
Yes.
I had to run this by Matt because I didn't even tell you I was going to do this, but I had
No.
to run this by Matt to see if it was okay to talk about, and it is. So the big concept of the film that I've been keeping a secret for a long time is there is a devil ghost face running around Windsor, Ohio in this film. And he's going to be
Whoa.
a separate entity from my character Jamie and Matt, who are the two characters. There's a character named Jamie and there's a character named Matt. The project runner of this is, of course, my buddy Matt, who is a completely different person. But the two killers in this movie find out that there is another ghost-faced killer running around Windsor, Ohio, and that killer is coming after them. I can't say how they know that because that's an even bigger spoiler, but they have a killer coming after them this time
Dude,
around.
seriously.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
So basically, if you're a survivor in this movie, you're just completely screwed. There's so many killers hanging out in this one town. You are screwed if you're one of those people. No,
Dude.
I'm kidding. But yeah,
Woo, that's awesome.
it's a really different angle to take this, and it's gonna make it really convoluted and bizarre. And I'm so excited. I'm literally so excited. I think it's gonna be so crazy, and it's a very chaotic film too. Which that will add to it. So for all the people still in the live chat, there you go. You got a little
is
spoiler
awesome.
about Red Right Hand there.
So we're gonna have a killer killing, and then we're gonna have a killer trying to kill the killers, unrelated. And oh, this is gonna get awesome, bro. That's all. Thank you for sharing that tonight. That's a hot take, guys. Right here, brand new breaking spoilers for Red Right Hand. And if you guys want to see this movie happen, head over to Jake's Kickstarter. It's in the description of this video right now. Click the link. You can donate. He has several different levels of donation that you get a lot of great perks and rewards for donating. And all of the super chats tonight, again, I'm going to turn around tonight and total them all up, and I'm going to go right to the Kickstarter and donate all of it and pledge all of that for the Kickstarter. Let's get this movie made, folks. Let's go. Oh, man. And I think we got some more super chats popping in here. Let me see here. I'm a little bit behind. There we go. Another $5 super chat from Nate. Night, guys. Love to stick around, but here's something towards the passion project. Hopefully I'll go to Ghostface in it. Oh, thank you. That's awesome, man. If you're still here, we thank you so much. If you've already gone, we appreciate you either way very much. Very generous. Thank you.
I will say someone has done the Ghostface tier. We have gotten one person to do it. It's limited to 3, so there are still 2 spots if you want to be a Ghostface killer in the movie. So just saying.
That's fantastic, man. And there's a lot of people wanting to be Ghostface in this movie, in this live stream here. You're getting a lot of people that want to let out their inner Sam Carpenter.
Yes,
and,
yeah.
Nick's. I'm catching up on the chat here. I love the threatening on the screen of Grim Tyler.
Thank you.
Aiden says they should be themselves with this new film. I really love Devil's Due and Ready or Not, warts and all. Yeah.
I 100% agree. I love their whole filmography, honestly. All their films are very interesting. Like the skit in VHS, Devil's Due, Ready or Not. Yeah. So
yeah.
Good stuff.
Got another super chat from Bearded. Found a $5 super chat. Jake, I saw the devil face mask on the Red Right Hand poster. Are you using that mask? I have a 3D print of it.
Ooh, I mean, if you're willing to send that my way, I will gladly take it. We do have someone lined up to make one for us, which I have not put the money down yet on that because we obviously don't have the money yet. But yeah, if you want to send that my way, I'm not going to say no. I'm not going to say no to that. So once again, Bearded Entertainment, hit me up on Instagram. I would love to have a conversation with you, man.
Great stuff. Carrie says, I love the opening of Scream 4. Thank you. Besides, clear is epic. Can I have one last word? What's that? She got the jails like, what's that? Like all the, clear. Boom. Oh, it's epic. And then the other, let's not forget the other epic line. You forgot one thing. What's that? Don't F with the original. Oh, come on, man.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. I'm sorry, Carrie, but those are like my 2 least favorite parts of Scream 4. Like, I think if you chop off the beginning and the ending, that is a perfect movie, personally. But I don't know. You know what? Agree to disagree.
Yeah.
Only love in this community. So.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. You betcha. My standard thing I always say, and I mean, is like, there's plenty of room at the table for everybody. There's a lot of chairs. Everybody's got a spot at the table because when you're dealing with something here that is art, this is art. It's film. It is storytelling, and there's going to be parts of a story that, depending on our personal preferences, we're going to like more than others, and some we're going to hate, and then some we're going to see that same scene and love it and that's what's so beautiful about what we do. Just like these live streams and the videos that Jake makes on his channel. And the videos, of course, I hate all his videos. Oh, did I say that out loud? No, of course, I love all your videos. No, I love your videos, man. Come on.
I'm just here to get roasted, I guess. No,
no, not at all. No. But it's true, man. Like the videos you make, the videos I make, it's we have to make what we're passionate about. And I tell this to every content creator. I was on a live stream last night with Destination Station and Jack Stannis, Carbonite Jedi, and Bearded Entertainment was there as well. I've been blanking out. Anyway, we were watching Sleepaway Camp on a watch-along party on Jack's channel.
Oh, nice.
That was fun. And Destin was the first-time watcher. And I'm not going to say anything because maybe people here has never seen it, but that ending, you've seen it, Jake. I know you've seen
Oh
it.
yeah, the
Oh yeah,
twist
yeah.
at the
The
end.
twist
Yeah.
at the end. I'm just going to leave it at that. We were all just watching Destin's reaction, and in fact, if you're friends with Jack or if you follow his Instagram, he's posted. He cut out a clip of that reveal,
Oh,
and you can
okay.
see it right now on his Instagram. It's on his page. Just go to you can watch the clip, and you can see Destin's response, and it's priceless. But the point of all this, I don't know why I went down that tangent, but the whole point of what I was saying was, oh, that's right, because I was talking about on the live stream last night about Jack was talking about kind of reinventing himself and redoing his channel. And I said, yeah, do what you love. Do what you're passionate about. There's going to be people that don't agree. That's fine. There's going to be people that love it, and that's great. And there's going to be people that are in the middle. But all that matters is that you do what you love, do what you're passionate about. Don't worry about the end of the day results. Just do your very best effort, make your videos as best you can, and make it real. Don't be somebody else. Jake is Jake. I am who I am. Whether you love it or you hate it, it's who I am. And this is what I'm going to do. And what you'll find is this little miracle happens. People are gonna like it. They're actually gonna connect with it. They're gonna connect with you, and they're gonna connect with you. And so if you're out there right now on the stream and you're thinking about wanting to start a channel and try to start this journey, and it's hard work. Don't be under any illusions. You don't just start a channel and do nothing and it does well. This is hard work. But if you have the energy and the passion to want to make something really special that's all about you sharing yourself, it's the best platform in the world. I mean, I can't think of one better. And you're going to find people out there that connect with you, and they're going to like what you do. And guess what happens then? You get a community like Jake has. You get a community like we have here on this channel, which I think is the best in the world on YouTube. And here we are doing live streams together on a Sunday night at 11:45 Eastern. I've got 45 people still here after an hour and 40 minutes. That's what I'm talking about. That's what this is about.
Amazing commitment here. That's so wonderful. I think that's yeah. I don't know. Like I said earlier or earlier on the chat. If for people who are new here, I will always do YouTube in some capacity, just because of how wonderful, especially the horror community is here over on YouTube, and like even on Twitter and Instagram. It's great. It's just there's so many wonderful people that I have met through just doing this channel. And it's been the time of my life. The past 2 years have been absolutely wonderful. I wouldn't change a thing. It's been so much fun. Steven, even you, dude, you're like one of my best YouTube friends here now. So I greatly appreciate it. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. It's so awesome to I say this all the time, like on the collective, but I was watching you, for ages, man. It feels like ages, and before I had a channel, and it was just so cool when we were able to connect back when I started the Movie Bros. Remember that?
Yeah.
I know you remember that channel when you came on over there, and I was so stoked that we got Killjoy Jake is going to come on the channel, and it was like, oh, and we closed out the whole Scream Fest with you with Scream 5, and I still say we need to go and watch that video and see what our predictions were and how, because that was in August.
Yeah.
And there's no trailer even out that time,
Yeah.
Anyway, but I said all that to say I feel the same way. That's what I'm trying to say. I feel exactly the same. And the whole Lethal Collective is just next level stuff, man. The fact that we all came together is such a gorgeous thing. I love it, man.
We're building something really fun over on that channel too. I know we've been kind of self-promoting all night, but yes, if you have not subscribed to the Lethal Collective either, make sure to do that. We are doing something really, really fun over there, just talking about a variety of horror topics. So it's a lot of good stuff.
Yeah. And we have a lot of stuff planned too. A lot of stuff on the horizon. Aiden says Radio Silence are my favorite filmmakers working in horror genre at the moment. I love their VHS. Yeah. Dude, Jake is the one that really got me on the VHS because I'd never seen that, and you invited me to join you on a podcast over there, one of your first ones, and that was a fun watch, bro. I've seen it like twice since then.
The podcast is coming back, by the way. I did like 5 of them, and then I kind of just dropped out. I was
wondering what happened because you said you were going to bring me back to talk about Bad Milo or something, and then I have been meaning to circle back with you all this time.
I'm not even kidding when like I say, so I took kind of this week off from just posting and stuff. I got to go see a concert that I bought tickets for like a year ago.
Oh
Fine. So
wow.
I got to have a fun weekend. It was I've been so busy with
Oh
the
yeah.
movie and all that. It's just been impossible to find time to like watch a movie and review it with somebody and get that all lined up. It's a lot easier to just film a video, you know. But I do want to bring that next month. I want to bring the podcast back because I will have a special announcement coming at the beginning of April about the channel. So I can't reveal anything right now because that's a spoiler in itself. So yeah.
Oh, we got a joker. We got some
Uh-oh.
troll. Here we go. Fate
This
decided.
freaking guy.
What's up with this dude, man? Hey, I know you guys. You're my favorite channels. Oh, when I grow up, I want to be a channel like yours. Oh.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
Well,
actually
all right.
sweet.
I take it all back, Fate. Thank you, dude. Oh my gosh. That was always good to see when our fellow collective brotherhood jumps into the fold with us. Maverick says, Creighton's motivational speech is what made me finally pull the trigger and make my first video, man. That's so awesome, Maverick. And I love your video, bro. It's really good. It's a really great breakdown of Scream, the Scream 5. If you guys here in the live stream have not checked out Maverick Media, go to his channel. He's got a brand new channel. Go check it out. Give him a subscribe. He's a faithful follower and a fan, not a fan, but follower and friend. That's what I'm trying to say of my channel. And you guys know Maverick. He's in all of our live streams usually. So Maverick, I'm so glad you did it, man. And keep going. All right, don't stop. Don't worry about view counts or sub counts. That stuff's great, but don't worry about all that. Just make what you love, bro. And you're off to a good start. So keep it going. All right. The biggest thing about YouTube, Jake, and I think you're having the largest channel so far in the collective, and I want to, what I've seen, I want to get your support, or if you feel differently, it's about momentum. It's about momentum. Once you start, you just keep going. Just push, just consistently, just keep going. Right.
Yeah, yeah. I think when I first started off YouTube, I was focusing on trying to get like that one viral video that would like just take the channel to success. That's just not how YouTube runs anymore. It's really not. It's about
not.
consistency. It's about posting often, not taking 5 days off to go to go chill like I just did. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
When you got 9,000 subs, you could do that every now and then, but don't do it before then.
Yeah. It's all about consistency at the end of the day.
It is.
That is the biggest number one rule of thumb when it comes to making YouTube videos. Yeah, that's the best advice you can give someone, I think.
I think so, man. It's and Carrie says, "Oh man, that's why I started to write movie reviews on my website." That's right. Again, Carrie, thank you so much too. And by the way, Carrie Craves Cinema has a fantastic website. She's not on YouTube yet, but she's got a great website where she writes reviews. She does character analysis, and she did a great one on Stu recently. And it was fantastic. Everything's fantastic on her writing. She's very gifted. She has a real talent of communicating her thoughts. Because a lot of times folks can have great ideas, but they don't have the talent or gifting to communicate them effectively, right? And just in general, I'm talking about. And Carrie is one of those individuals who is blessed with the gift to be able to share it in a written form, and it's really good. And it's it's kind of the writing style. It keeps you engaged. So if you guys have not visited her website, I don't have a link in the description, but Carrie, if you can put it in the chat, go ahead. You have my blessing. Put a link in the chat to your website, and I can actually I can go find it. I got it tagged on my bookmarks, so I can do it too. But I want you guys to go check it out. If you could subscribe, I would say subscribe, but it's not YouTube. But it's worth your time. She's got all the Scream movies broken down. She's got a lot of stuff she's written on there. And I would start with this character analysis. It's really good stuff. So anyway, Carrie, appreciate you. You're an amazing friend of the channel and to me. So I appreciate you. And Lee the Nerd, you're another one I want to say is very gifted and talented. And if you guys have seen, you guys who are channel members, which by the way, you can say on the bottom, you can be a channel member. Just click the join button, 2 seconds. Lee the Nerd is created, and I hope I don't see if I may not have it uploaded. No. Okay, I don't. All right, I'll get it uploaded here in a minute as we start to wind down here in a little while. But anyway, Lee the Nerd is very talented at creating graphics and images, and I'm trying to get to it here. Hang on a second. Give me a minute here. Wasn't prepared for that. Should have. Here we go. I'm almost there. Here we go. Almost there. Okay. If you are a member of the channel, you already know. When you leave a comment on one of my videos, Jake is running in place, man. Sit and be fit.
I'm dancing. I'm keeping it going. Keeping the live
it going,
stream going.
buddy. All right. So I'm on one of my tangents again, Jake. You got to stop me.
You're good. You're good. Listen,
Get,
I'll keep them here by dancing. You just keep going.
I'll
you
keep
just
going.
Keep going. Okay.
I love it. Let's go. I'm gonna finish this up. So anyway, if you're a channel member, when you leave a comment on one of the videos, you have the badge icons. One of the perks of being a channel member. And yes, and you have your own special badge. And Lee the Nerd created this badge. Look at that. Look at that image.
Nice.
That is my alternate. I'm calling it my alternate logo. My alternate logo. And by the way, I am in the process of having merch printed up and getting samples because you guys told me in a poll you want to buy some t-shirts. So I want to show you guys at the end of the month I'm doing a members only live chat, and for the first time, and I will be giving away this shirt. Oh, you probably can't see it very well.
Nice.
I don't know if it's coming through or not, but anyway, the logo you just saw. There it is. You kind of see what I'm talking about. It's a black T-shirt, so it's not wanting to come through. But anyway, this shirt here, I will give away at the end of the month to a member on the live chat randomly. So if you want a shot to win this shirt and have me send it to you, just click the join button. Any level, you'll be qualified. Be a member. And I'm having other shirts made up now too. So anyway, I'll talk about that on another stream. But I said all that to say all of you guys in the community here are incredible and you all have gifts and talents. So use them. Life is too short to wait. All right? Jake, we can return now. We're back to our regularly scheduled programming. So Jake, I would say this, man. Tell me, well, thank you, Maverick. I'm a fan of yours too, man. Tell me, Jake, Red Right Hand, what is the one thing you want people to experience or feel that you hope they feel and experience when you finish watching that film, when it's over? What's the feeling you want them to be left with?
I want people to see what it's like to be a Ghostface killer. That's the biggest thing we're trying to accomplish with this movie. It's still very rooted in reality, even though it does get very chaotic and crazy. I want people to see that side of what was it like for Billy and Stu to run around and start killing people. What was that like? Where did that even come from? We answer a lot of those questions in here while also still making it very mysterious and very scary as to like what like their motivation is. And it's scary because like something that we don't think about a lot is like anyone could just get up and start killing people. That's a terrifying aspect to real life. And we see that happen here in Red Right Hand. And I'm so excited to bring these characters to life on screen. I really think we have something special here. We have so many wonderful people on board this project that you can see all in those little credits down there that are just not only great friends of mine, but just amazingly talented colleagues. So I more than anything, I want this movie to happen. So I hate to keep begging, but please support the Kickstarter. This is amazing. There are some absolutely wonderful, talented people behind this that are about to put in a bunch of hard work, blood, sweat, and tears, fake blood, all those things.
Fake and real blood, right?
Fake and real blood into this movie. That it's really going to be something truly special. We think we have one of the better Scream fan films of all time coming out here. So,
I absolutely agree. Yes. And so we'll go, Jake, are you good for like another 5 or 10 minutes before we wrap up? Is that all right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, great. All right. We still got 30 people that are hanging with us this late. So, and I know a lot of you already have been so generous tonight with the super chats. I can't wait to see what the totals are when we're all done. But if you have it in you still, we still have time. We got 10 minutes to get any last super chats, anything, $1, $5, it's all going to, I'm pledging it all to Jake for this Kickstarter, excuse me. So you have 10 minutes. All right. We're going to go last 10 minutes and we're going to call it a night. So if you still have time, all right, you still have time to do it. And we'd love to see that. I would love to see that personally, to be able to say on behalf of my channel, Jake, here is our love gift to you. And then you guys need to go also when you're able to. We have 2 weeks is all we got, right, Jake? We got 2 weeks to get on that Kickstarter and get it rolling and get those awesome perks. And yeah, there's some great stuff. Again, I'm remembering from my VHS. I mean, it hadn't even been made yet, and I'm already like, where am I going to put it? I'm all about it. So I'm gonna leave this poster up for just a little while, but while we're talking again, so people can be reminded of what this is about. So that's awesome, Jake. I think that's incredible. I think it's original. I think it's really unique. It's very different. And I will say this: if Scream 6 begins with a POV of a killer, there's some funny business going on with Radio Silence. They've been watching these live streams or something, or James and Guy they've been fooling around over here on this channel, watching and getting ideas that shouldn't be. But I think it's awesome though, for real, man. And I see go ahead.
That would be an honor, honestly. I feel like that would be an honor because, like,
Yeah.
when I was writing the proof of concept, we came up with the idea of Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit is writing and directing the new Stab, and then we see that concept. Yeah. I knew nothing about that at the time, and then 7 months later, when that news came out about the Stab franchise is coming back for the new Scream, I'm like, that's really weird. That's like because I don't know. The whole thing was bizarre. So yeah.
Well, it really is because he's the one that because Carrie Crave Cinema was mentioned to me the other day. We were chatting on Twitter, and it was a John Travolta movie. It was the guy from Limp Bizkit, right? As you were talking about, is that right?
Fred Durst.
Fred Durst, and it's the rabid stalker. Like Travolta's a stalker, which is like it totally is meta. It's meta on meta in real life meta kind of way,
That was kind of I had seen The Fanatic, and it's
that's it. Fanatic,
it's something. It's a movie, I guess.
I haven't seen it yet, but I want to.
It's not even like so bad it's good. I don't know. I'm not gonna trash talk it, but it's something. It's something.
Was it like Travolta's like lost a bet, or is he doing a friend a favor kind of thing? Or
it's hard to even call it a horror movie. Devin Sawa's in it too. It's just a bizarre movie, and I don't know. I still don't even know how I feel about it. But I remember seeing that, and I'm ironically a Limp Bizkit fan. Ironically,
hey, it's all right, man.
I don't even know. I find Fred Durst just as he's a very funny character. So I thought that I would reference him in our proof of concept.
That's so cool, man. Hey, we got some more super chats coming in for Jake. Bob Hunt.
Yay.
All right, Bob. It is an honor. Oh, that's awful nice of you. That's so awesome. Thank you so much for that. We still have time, guys. We still got, 5, 6, 7 minutes, something like that. We're gonna keep the stream going a little bit longer. I saw someone was saying, and Nick was saying, no, more than 10 minutes, please. Well, Jake, if the super chats continue, then I think we probably can go a little longer.
I'll hang out. Yeah, I'll hang out.
If we can, if you guys are still wanting to contribute to Jake, and I know you want to, then we'll keep it going. That sounds good. So how about this? Every super chat earns how many more minutes, Jake? Well, every super chat.
So I think per dollar is per minute.
Dollar.
Per dollar per minute.
Per dollar per minute. Okay. So Bob gave a $10 super chat, which we just talked about. Thank you, Bob. So that's 10 more minutes we just bought. Wow. Okay. But you know what? We're not done yet because I see him coming in. Oh, here we go. We got a $5 Devil Face from Bearded. Nice. Okay. That's 15 minutes. All right, Jake, are you keeping track over here? Are you writing this down?
Yeah, we're at like 20 minutes pretty much.
I think we are. Let's take a look here. Oh, Nick, you're too kind, Nick. You're amazing. Oh, thank you. Really appreciate that. Jack's in the house. Look who showed up late. Look at Jack. We were just talking about you, bro, in the sleepaway camp. Jack, you're here at the perfect time, man. All of my super chats tonight, I'm donating to the Kickstarter plan for Jake. So this is a fundraiser, man. We are raising funds for Jake tonight, and everyone's being so generous. So you came in just the right time. And Jake, I see more. Oh, Lee the Nerd. We were just talking about Lee the Nerd. There you go. Look at there. This movie will be made. €5. That's fantastic. Thank you so much. Well, we're up to what? That is 20 minutes now. We're at 20.
We got even more.
Oh,
We're
they're
gonna be up
popping
all
in.
night. We're gonna
They're
be up all night at this point.
Bro, they're popping in. This is amazing. I'm just going to hit the super chats now. Gil. We're talking about momentum. Let's keep it going. Maverick Media, guys. Anything, guys. Let's go. Maverick Media,
Thank
$5
you. Oh, wow.
super chat.
Thank you.
Look at here. Nothing special to ask. Just want to thank you both and the rest of the collective for what you all do and how great you are to us. Best wishes, Jake. Oh, thank you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. You guys are so kind. All of you are just so generous. Bob with another $5 super chat. Sounds good. Man, another 5 minutes. Man, what about Bob? I know what about Bob. Bob is the man. You're the man, Bob. Appreciate that. Nick T. Here we go. Another 10 minutes. $10 super chat. No, $10, 10 euros. That's actually like $10.34 US dollars. Something like that.
So that's
Wow.
10 minutes and 34 seconds.
So that's 10 minutes and 34 seconds. Okay, we're at 35 minutes, Jake. Now, dude, they're stepping up to the call.
Yeah.
All right?
We're up. So yeah, we're almost to an hour at this point. It's crazy. It's good.
Carrie, look at this. Coming on. Let's go. For another $5. I am allowed to write theories on my website about Red. Oh, am I? Oh, she's asking.
Yeah, absolutely. I encourage that. Please write as many theories as you'd like. Yeah.
This is so awesome, guys. You guys are always just so generous. This is the first time I've ever done something like this where I'm asking, literally, I've asked them to do your Kickstarter, but I've never done something where I'm asking people to do super chats specifically for a cause, and people, you guys always give me super chats because you love what we're doing here. You love this channel and you're helping me to keep it going and grow. And I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful, more than you'll ever know. But my heart is like overflowing right now with just gratitude because you guys are like the one time I'm actually really asking for you guys to come through for Jake. You guys are showing up in spades here. This is incredible. So I don't know about you, Jake, but my heart is touched, dude. Like it literally. I feel it. Very moved by this.
It's nuts. It's nuts. I'm literally I'm looking at the live chat on my phone of all the super chats coming in real time, and it's nuts. I'm so thankful. I'm incredibly thankful.
Oh man,
you guys will
here,
not
Jake.
be disappointed. I just wanted to say that. Sorry. Yeah. Go ahead.
No, you're good. No, I'm just seeing more super chats pop in. Jordan Talks Films, another $2 super chat. Thank you so much. My boy just got off work. I'll stay a few minutes. Nice. Oh, thank you so much, man.
Thank you, Jordan.
That's so awesome. I shot him 6 times. $2 super chat. Thank you, brother. Oh, he's so awesome.
The lyrics to Red Right Hand right there.
He's a god, man. He's a ghost. He's a guru. Yeah. That's so nice. That's so nice, guys. So yeah, I think we're up to about another hour here. I think we got another hour to go. We're going to midnight Central, baby. We're going to 1 a.m. Eastern.
I'm down. I am so down. I'm all about it. Let's go. Let's talk Scream 6. Let's talk Red Right Hand. Let's do it. I can't spoil anything else. I already spoiled something big. So
Jake,
that's it. That's all.
Jake's gonna get. Yeah. Mac's gonna bring Ghostface to your house to kill you if you reveal anything else at this point.
He will. I think he will. Honestly, I will say, Steven, though, even though I revealed kind of like what the opening scene is going to be and what the twist with the who the killer is and all that, but there are shocks and insane things you will not see coming in this film that I promise you I have not even touched on yet. There's a scene that when we did the script read the other day, Steven, for the entire movie, and we had the whole cast and crew come together for the first time. I got to meet everybody. Some people are Matt's friends, some people are my friends. It was awesome. We got everybody together, and there's one scene in particular which I cannot spoil it because it's like one of the coolest scenes. Everybody unanimously was like, I cannot wait to film that. That is going to be the coolest thing. The coolest, scariest thing,
bro,
in a Scream movie, and I hate to sound so full of myself, but it's really something. Ooh. It's something special. It's something fucked up. So
well, the thing is, you ever heard the saying? My mom and dad, when I was a kid, they always say, whenever you're hearing somebody, consider the source. So when you're hearing something, consider the source. Considering the source, where you just say that carries some real weight to it. Like I believe you. In other words, that's because you you know your horror, bro. And to make that bold of a statement, you would not do that to set yourself up for failure.
No,
So
no,
there's no way.
we're really delivering something insane here, and I was worried. Like we're going into this table read, all these people are reading something I wrote. Like I was horrified. I'm like, I hope people like it, and unanimously everybody was like, that is so cool. I can't wait to film that. Like that is insane that you would write something like that. So
Oh my
it's
gosh! Ah,
I don't want to say
man.
I can't say any more
No,
than that
that's
because
okay.
no, it's
I won't needle you either. I won't
yeah
needle you. I'll
yeah.
respect that. Got another super chat. 5 more minutes from Bob. Look at here. I'm more
Thank
thankful for
you.
you guys. I've had a time making friends with anxiety, so this community is. Oh, that's all. Well, Bob, I'm so glad, man. You are a friend. You are a friend to me and Jake and our channels, and you're such a great supporter, and I appreciate you so much. And became a channel member recently, which is really thankful and really thoughtful of you to do. And you guys have no idea how much. And Jake, you know what it's like when someone is able to help support you not only with their views and their support and the comments but when they're able in the position that they can help you financially to your channel. It does help a lot because there's so many. I'm not going to make this about channel expenses because this is about Red Right Hand, but my point of it is thank you. It
Yeah.
does matter. Everything matters.
And we appreciate it so much too because we put so much time and effort into making these videos. We spend
Oh
hours and
man,
hours of our day doing it, and
hours.
my setup here is like worth it was took a it's a pretty penny. It was a pretty penny to do all this and to get this all set up for you guys, and we
Yeah.
really appreciate it. It's awesome. This
Yes.
community's phenomenal. I couldn't have asked for a better community here on YouTube, so it's awesome.
It couldn't be. Yeah, it could not be better. It's just. It's. I told. I had the. What am I trying to say? I hit the. I hit 3,000 subs this week, right? A couple days
Yeah.
ago, and I just put a little post out saying a genuine thank you, and I wrote it all in caps. Which I'll sometimes I do. Like I love to do my video titles in caps because to me they just stands out. It just does, right? But I did it intentionally in this post because of how I was feeling. Because I was like, and I mean what I say this. I feel like I'm going to wake up tomorrow and I'm going to come in here. I'm going to pop up the laptop, fire it up, start getting prepping for, and I'm going to turn it on, and there's like it's all gone. There's no channel. There's nothing. It literally was a dream that I haven't woken up from yet, and I honestly feel that way, Jake, every day, every day. Even if I'm having a bad day, I can think about what's going on here with this channel, with you, with the collective, with everyone watching, everyone who I have relationships here online with, and it just reminds me that you know what, no matter what is going on, there's value in everything, and I can't believe it's real. I still don't believe it's real after 6 months of doing this, man.
Yeah, I told someone close to me recently about how I hate being in a bad mood because I feel so blessed doing this. Like it feels
Yes.
like it doesn't feel real. It feels like I've been dreaming about this my entire life. I've been
Yeah.
trying to get to this point for years, and I'm just unbelievably grateful. I mean, I don't know. It's amazing, and to be a part of this community, especially to be even luckier than lucky. It's
Yes.
amazing. It's truly just something special.
Yeah, I'm really I say proud. I call myself I'm the elder statesman here, okay, of the collective. All right, and with that comes perspective and experience, and so I'm going to say proud. I don't care. I'm going to say it anyway. I am really proud to see your channel about to hit within the relatively very near future. You know what I'm gonna say, brother? You're gonna hit 10. Let me say it again. 10,000 subscribers.
And
It is literally in view right now for you,
yeah.
man.
I mean that's insane. That I mean I don't even know.
Unbelievable.
I remember watching like the weird YouTube comedy skits when I was a kid growing up and being like, I want to do that. Like that's so cool, and I'm kind of doing it. Like
You
yeah,
are.
kind of. And
Totally.
I don't know. It's unreal. It's unreal. It feels crazy. I'm like I'm making a movie. I'm doing a YouTube channel. It's just I don't know. My dreams are coming true, and it's just I could not be more thankful. I'm surrounded by wonderful people too. That's the
Yeah.
best thing about it all. But yeah, it's
It,
it's
it
just
it is,
it's
man, and
amazing.
it's such a privilege. It's such an honor, and one that I know you and I both don't take for granted. This at all. This is really cool, really special people. All right, so we have committed to another 50 minutes, which is awesome. We still have 32 people on the chat. We really can't talk a whole lot more about Red Right Hand because it's going to be spoiler. It's going to be hard, right, to talk a lot about.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, we kind of. But here's what we'll do. It worked for us this last time. Here's what we'll do. We'll kind of jump around, and then we'll come back. I'm going to leave the poster up for a little while. I like that visual when people hit the stream, and we're going to come back to it. All right, so we'll kind of revisit some things. Especially, there's a lot of people that have been joining newer. That have come on this stream that weren't here in the beginning. We've lost some folks that had to go to bed. Why are you people asleep anyway? It's 24 hours in a day. Sleep's overrated. What are you talking about now? This from the person who's up. And Jake, we're regularly up till 4 in the morning to get every videos done for the next day. I've been sitting here at 4 a.m. I was like, I have to go to sleep. I have got to make myself go to sleep, or I will not be functioning today.
Right.
You know how that is. But it's a labor of love. It's a labor of love. Totally. Not complaining. Okay, so how about this, man? We've talked about Scream a lot tonight, which is what the point was with the Red Right Hand. However, and we've talked about Nightmare, that was a good conversation as well. Let's turn our focus for just a little while to the one franchise we've not really touched on much, which is Halloween. We've got Halloween Ends coming out on October 14th. We've got no principal photography, so all the filming is done. Yeah. Finished up this a few days ago. And so it's a wrap, as they call it. Like Tatum told Ghostface in the garage, cut Casper, that's a wrap. Just before her arm got slit open. So it's been a wrap. And I know I think you and I are very similar views on kills. We both are liked it at pretty much the same level, I'm pretty sure, from all of our talk about it. So let's talk about Ends. What do you want to see from Ends? What will make Ends a good ending for you?
I just want to see something. I want to see something we've never seen before. And I talked about this a little bit on the Lethal Collective about how I feel like a lot of the Halloween movies didn't just have the balls to kill Michael. And I don't want to see them kill Laurie Strode. We've seen that happen. It's rarely to a good effect. And I don't want to see that again. I want to see them. I think killing Michael would be the way to end Halloween in this timeline. And if they wanted to restart the franchise eventually, yeah, go for it. I think that's not the end of the Michael Myers story. There's plenty of different avenues you can go down with that. But this is the end of this story. It's literally called Halloween Ends. If they don't kill Michael, it's going to be like, okay, well, every single Halloween movie ends like that. Cool.
Right?
I think in some kind of weird way, it would be more ballsy of them to kill the character than to just keep him alive after being shot a million times. So I don't know. That's my I shot him 6 times.
Six times. Yes.
That's how I feel about it. I don't know. I'm very excited for it though. I think I'm gonna like it better than Halloween Kills. Maybe.
Ooh, yeah, I would like, because see, I loved Kills. I liked Kills a lot, and if Ends is better, I'm gonna be ecstatic. I mean, if I walk out there saying this was even better, yeah, man, that would be. So tell me about Laurie now, because what do you want Laurie to get the ending where she's happy and Michael's dead and she's alive and her and Allison go off into to be a great family, or do you think Laurie's dying? Because I personally, after reading Jamie Lee Curtis's last Instagram post last week, and I made a video on it with the finger with the bird, I really believe she's going to die. It changed my. I was leaning that way, and it moved me way over there now. What do you think about that?
Just because I want Laurie Strode to live doesn't mean it's going to happen.
Bingo.
Yeah. I want that to happen, but her and John Carpenter have both expressed these similar ideas of how they just want the franchise to end. I think that's a direct quote from John Carpenter from a recent interview.
Yeah, he did say that. They just want it to end.
And Laurie, not Laurie, but Jamie Lee Curtis said something about how, they really just want to. I can't remember what she said specifically, but that the fans would hate it. Fans would hate the ending.
Yeah.
And I am so worried they're just going to kill Laurie Strode again. And hope that's not the case. I hope that at least what happens is like they both die, like Michael and her in like a blaze of glory or something like that. I think that would be really cool. It needs some kind of
Yes.
climactic finish. You can't call your movie Halloween Ends without that, I think.
Yeah, anything less would be it would be ripping off. It'd be bait and switching. You can't.
Because
You have
it's
to
not,
deliver.
Yeah, it's not the end if Michael doesn't die. It's not.
No.
That's what we've
It's
learned
not.
from all of the other movies. So if Michael doesn't definitively die in this version of the timeline, it's like, why call your movie that? What, like,
Yeah.
that's gonna
Yeah.
be a massive problem that we will look back on that film negatively about, I think.
Yep, totally.
Like,
Yeah, I mean,
Friday the final chapter, Friday the 13th, the final chapter. It's not the final chapter.
no, it's
You know?
and it's that kind of stuff that makes us so skeptical now because we've seen these things happen where it's the end, it's the final. But is it though? I mean, is it really? I mean, it's not. We know better. Don't try to trick
Yeah.
us.
So commit to that. Commit to it. That's what I say. I say do something
Yep.
different.
Do something
Yeah.
different. Destin says, "That's right, buddy. I'll sleep when I die." That's what I'm talking about. We're here all night. Now we got 45 more minutes, baby. And if you guys keep sending super chats, which Jordan says he's buying 2 more minutes of the live stream. Michael kills Lori. Allison kills Michael. Yeah, again predictable, but I could see it, Jake. I do.
feel like that's probably what's going to happen, and I
Yes.
don't think I'm going to love that. Honestly, I don't. Think
I don't
I'm gonna
either.
love it.
I don't either, man.
We've seen Michael Myers kill Laurie Strode, and a lot of people did not like it, including myself. And she's
Agreed.
also we're seeing Jamie Lee Curtis play this different version of the character who has maybe recovered from the trauma and
Yep.
has moved past it in some kind of sense. So I would like to, and typically when they do that with the character, they die. Because that's like
Yep.
it's the end of their story, whatever. I
Yep.
would like to see them deviate from that again, like have Laurie live, have her have a good ending to this very dark story. Why not? It's different. It would be unexpected.
Yeah. Nick says sleep sucks. It's 5 a.m. here. Let's go. Jake, tell me this doesn't motivate you just to keep going.
It really does.
People spending their time like this is just incredible, man. It's you guys don't have any idea. You may have an idea, but everyone in the live chat that's still here and after 2 hours and 16 minutes, it's such a motivator for us as content creators. It really is because honestly, Jake and I could talk all day long, and we do talk offline. We'll call each other on the phone sometimes, and we'll talk, and it's a blast. But if there's nobody in the live chat, we can just talk on the phone. I mean, there's not really a point, we can just pick up the phone. But we got 38 people here still at this time of night. It blows my mind. I genuinely mean that. I'm not just making fodder. I'm humbled and grateful is what I'm saying. Thank you guys. And Nick also said, you guys deserve all the good stuff happening. Thank you, bro.
Thank you, Nick. I appreciate
That's so
that.
awesome, man.
Yeah.
Let's see here. We got we got some more extension coming. I shot him 6 times. I think the posters are a sign he finally does. Yeah, you see that poster with his face melting off or like his jawbone showing?
It's right.
Right?
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That's sick. I 100% think that I think Michael has to die. Right? It's called Halloween Ends. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people who don't want to see him die because they want to see the movies carry on. But like this story's done, and Blumhouse is still gonna kind of own the property. You know what I mean? So like I don't think they're done with it. David Gordon Green is moving on to the Exorcist trilogy, which I still don't understand why they're making that. But a trilogy, like one movie, okay, maybe, but like a trilogy, what
are you gonna do? Yeah,
I don't know about that.
Is it gonna fall like one priest's journey of doing exorcisms and 3 different people? Is that what it's like? Like you pick like he's the protagonist, right? He's one. I'm just brainstorming. Like you have a priest who he is the main character of the movie, and you're following his adventures, for lack of a better word, his cases. Man, I'm just saying, is that what you think? How else do you do a trilogy of that?
I have no idea. And Ellen Bernstein, God bless her heart, she is coming back for this movie. She's like 88 years old and coming back to be in a horror movie.
How's she even still in the union? Oh my God! I mean, seriously.
What I said in my video, when all that news came out, I made a video about how not every franchise needs a requel. And The Exorcist is one of those movies that,
Yes.
first of all, doesn't need to be a franchise and does not need a requel. Exorcist
Nope.
3 is good. Exorcist 3 is good. The rest of
Hmm.
them are you don't need to watch. You really don't.
Yep.
I don't know. This series does not need a requel, and I have a bad feeling that Blumhouse is misstepping here, especially with putting David Gordon Green on the project, who I think
Oh man.
works. It doesn't. He works with Halloween because he's like.
Yeah.
So what he did before the Halloween movies was like all those stoner comedies, and like I feel like he
Hmm.
applied a lot of that to the Halloween franchise, which I like because you see these townsfolk of Haddonfield who are like really silly and like upbeat,
Yep.
and it's like this weird shift in tone from the
Hmm.
bloody murders you're seeing. Then all of a sudden you're meeting these characters who are silly and talking about their brownies in their lunch. You know, like that's so funny.
It fits. Yeah.
It's an incredibly memorable scene from Halloween 2018, but in the Exorcist movies, I don't think that will work at all. Like it's just a completely different franchise. I don't think David Gordon Green should be doing it. It's not that I don't like him. It's just his style I don't feel will work with the Exorcist
Yeah.
movies.
I don't think. How do you make? Because Exorcist movies are the tone is so more. It's so serious.
Yeah.
There's no comic relief in an Exorcist, man.
And they're gonna do that.
Yeah.
Like, of course, that's David Gordon Green's. That's his whole thing.
Exactly.
I said Ari Aster, who did like Hereditary and Midsummer, should do it. I think that would be sick. I don't think he would ever work on a Blumhouse movie, but I would love to see him do some kind of version of The Exorcist. I think he would do it the best of our modern horror directors.
Yeah. That's a good idea. That's a really good idea, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he understands the vibe because a Hereditary. That's the vibe you need in an Exorcist movie, bro. This is a serious film. It's elevated. It's as the word is. It's elevated, which is it. Honestly, I say it myself a lot, but it does. It kind of gets annoying to keep saying elevated horror.
I
But
get why people don't like it. It's like it.
It's
It sounds a little pretentious, right?
it
sounds like a little
does.
like it
Very
sounds like
stuffy.
my farts don't smell. I make
Yes.
elevated horror films, but like I
Yes.
think that it does make sense with the subgenre, but we do need a better term. I think for
I
sure.
agree because it's so snobbish. It's a snobby term. I just don't like it. We got another 5 minutes from Bearded $5 super chat. Michael tries to kill. You're gonna be up at 3 in the morning getting super chat saying
I know.
this was a great idea, but here we are.
Look, that's fine if it means if it means the campaign is successful, then it's worth it. Then it's worth it.
Absolutely.
I don't need sleep if we have the money to make this movie. I think so.
So Bearded saying he's predicting that Michael tries to kill Allison, Lori kills Michael, but dies protecting Allison. Yep. So it's a very much a Dewey type of a situation where he's saving Sam and Tara and Richie, unfortunately. But yeah, I think that is honestly makes the most sense, Hollywood sense, Jake, right? Because there's real sense. I won't go that way. Look, there's good ideas in Hollywood. Okay, there's a lot of good ones, but you know what I'm saying? Formulatic is what I'm trying to say. This fits the formula. Is what I'm trying to say. What Hollywood would do in a big production.
But sometimes the obvious answer is the right answer. You know what I mean? And for this movie, I feel like maybe that is kind of the case because like it's called like Halloween Kills delivered some awesome kills, and that wasn't even the best part of the movie in my opinion. Halloween Ends has to deliver on its title, or I'm gonna be disappointed. I'm gonna be like, why call your movie that? That's dumb. That's
Yeah.
It's like calling it Halloween the final chapter and then announcing you're making another movie. It's like we've seen that happen already. It's been a silly thing for a long time, and it's kind of just a marketing ploy. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just commit to the fact that this is the end of this story. Tell a new one with Michael Myers later on in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're right. There has to be death. I mean, these people, there has to be an end to the ends. You're right. So some of this is writing on the wall too, right? Like the writing's on the wall. It's coming. Now, Nick has an interesting idea. He said, I think Doctor Strange should appear, open the gate, and bring back Busta Rhymes. His kung fu must be sick right now. Oh my gosh.
Busta Rhymes has been practicing in his dojo, so
Dude, he has. Carrie says, "Y'all, my friends, so I'll be there." Oh, you know, the beautiful thing, Carrie, about having a channel is that you're right. I don't have to play the song, but the beautiful thing about having a channel is that I can play the song. See,
Come on.
yes,
Let's
come on,
hey, we got it.
fire
Okay.
it up.
All
There it
right. Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Oh, the power of a mouse click can do a lot of things, man. A lot of things.
It's gonna start getting real crazy here on the live stream since we're going this long.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
we're
We're gonna
passing the witching hour, so anything could happen, man. You may,
exactly.
yeah, it's. Whew. Oh my gosh! All right, so Halloween, man. You know, all right. I'm gonna tell you this way: if you could have done anything different in Halloween Kills, like if David Gordon Green says, or no, forget David Gordon Green. If Jason Blum says, Jake, I'm hiring you to fix something. We're gonna reshoot it. I think I have an idea, but I could be wrong. What is it gonna be? Tell me what you're gonna fix in Halloween Kills.
The entire ending, like the entire end. I am like I'm loving the film the entire time. The first time I watched it, I'm like, this is awesome. This is so different from your typical Halloween movie. Like, yes, you have Michael running around murdering people, but you also have this like new psychological aspect to it that I feel like maybe isn't prevalent in some of the other sequels, especially with the mental patient like jumping out the window. That is so messed up to a certain degree. I love the
Yeah.
mob mentality of the movie. That's written really well, but I just feel like all of that potential is wasted with the mob scene and Karen's death at the end. It's it's
Yeah.
not there. It's not. I would have rather have had Michael kill Karen and like just end the movie. That would have been sick. I think that would have been fine. And then Michael gets away, runs into the woods or something. I mean, I guess that wouldn't make sense because he's trying to get home, but like just something else. It makes no sense that all these cops are there and then somehow Michael sneaks past all of them after getting shot and beaten up. He gets back to his room, kills Karen. Why is Karen even there? There's so many questions to be had
Yeah.
about that ending. It feels incredibly tacked on. I would have changed that entire sequence personally.
Yes, I agree. That ending scene with Karen feels very tacked on. It almost felt like they filmed it and they said, we want to do a reshoot," and they came back and they did this upstairs shot of her from the window. It's unnecessary. Well, I just don't understand why that scene is there. It shouldn't even be there. I mean, I know. I guess if they're trying to kill her off, I guess that's how you decided to do it. But Jake, I didn't like it, man. I didn't like that ending scene, man.
I think they had to kill her for something they're setting up for ends, which makes sense, but
Yeah.
that's not earned. Like you had it, you were
not.
setting it up the whole movie that she was going to die in some way, protecting her daughter, and you had it all set up, and then you would just end that whole sequence without it happening, and then Karen just randomly comes back for another scene right at the end where she's just in Michael's room for some reason. It doesn't make any sense.
It makes zero sense.
It's
Yeah.
in my opinion, I think I'm in the minority here, even saying this. I think it's a really well written film, but up until the
Yeah.
ending, the ending is where it completely loses me, and that is such a shame because it's a good. I think it is a pretty good movie up until that point. And when Fate is talking on the live streams about how he doesn't like the
gosh.
film, yeah. It's a bit much sometimes.
Yeah.
He's not in here anymore, so we can shit talk him. It's fine.
Yeah, he's gone.
I'm kidding. But when he's going on about that, I do feel like I understand where he's coming from at some angles because he's
Yeah.
saying like the ending of that movie kind of ruins a lot of the momentum, and it does. Like it does in some ways, but. I'm still very impressed by the kills, the plot for the most part, the plot line, and like all the flashbacks to the 70s. How they
love it.
rework all that is so cool, I think. And I don't know. I was really impressed with the film.
Yeah, no, I was too. Glad you're here, Beard. He said, "I'm going in until we end." That's awesome. Yeah, I think it was a really good movie. I mean, the only thing, the ending with Karen, I would have changed that. Would have cut that out completely. If you're gonna have her die, let her die some other way in some other scene. Don't let it be like this weird walking upstairs. That just
Right.
it's dumb. It makes no sense.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Also, I would have cut the whole hospital, the evil dies tonight scene. I would have cut that down in half, about half of what we got, and the whole patient, the poor guy up there, and I know there's trying to make some social commentary some way on that scene where he's got the guy there and the mob mentality, and it gets so dramatic. Where it's sad. I mean, the guy's like looking there, like, I don't know where to go. I'm locked in. The only option I have is to kill myself. It's just, I don't know. You can take it to a lot of places, but I just thought the scene was too long. I thought it was just way too long. Cut it in half. Cut out the ending with Karen. Kill her somewhere else if you must. Kill her.
Yeah.
Those are my biggest two things, honestly, man. I think I liked the film. I enjoyed it. I've seen it like 3 times.
My
I've
thing
seen
about
it 3 times.
I've seen it 6 times.
Six
I haven't.
times?
I haven't seen it 6 times.
No.
I'll be honest. Like, yeah, I watched it once in the theaters. I bought it when it came out, and I've watched it a few more. I've watched the extended cut a few more times to try to, because we were talking about this on the live stream like another night, maybe like a month ago or something, about how you got to watch a movie like 3 times before you really
Yes,
get it.
you
And
do.
I try to watch all of these new releases 3 times. I have yet to do that with Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which that is on my list. I still want to watch it more
Are you?
times.
You gonna do it? Okay.
I feel like I liked it, but there's some stuff that's iffy, and I feel like maybe on rewatch that might get better. I don't know.
Gotcha.
It's definitely going to be something I need to actually sit down and do. But with this movie, I definitely feel like there's something missing. There's something that I need with it on rewatch. The first time I watched it, I was so impressed with a lot of those things, and then the more I rewatch it, the more I'm like, like there's something missing about this, especially with that ending. But I do agree with you about how like that scene is a bit too long, but
Yeah.
it's set up so perfectly in Halloween 2018. If you go back and watch that and then watch Halloween Kills, that character, the mental patient who jumps out the window,
Yeah.
briefly talked about in this in Halloween 2018, and literally a throwaway line, and it ends up being this big thing in Halloween Kills. That's genius writing, in my opinion. I think that's
Yeah.
really well set up. If you go back and watch that, it's in the very like opening scene at the mental hospital where Michael's out in the field or whatever outside, like chained up. We see the same character there. It's such a cool thing that they set up for the next movie, and I think that's why a lot of these like radio tower theories are out right now about how like that was such a small insignificant thing, and it's going to come back for Halloween Ends.
Oh wow, that's awesome. And do you think that perhaps that type of same concept, if you will, perhaps that you're talking about here, where they have that throwaway line, it's kind of just to set up something that comes back or it came back. Um, do you think that this could be another example of that? I mean,
Honestly, yes. Like, honestly, I 100% think something about Stu will influence the next movie. I don't, like, I'm not, like I said, I'm not necessarily, like, on the Stu train. You're the conductor. I'm still, I'm buying my ticket. I got a foot on the step.
I thought you had,
you
I
know?
thought you had bought a ticket,
I bought a
Jake.
ticket. You're right.
I thought you did.
You're right. You're right. I bought the ticket, but
But you're back at the caboose. You said you're in the very
I'm in the
car.
very back. I'm hanging out with yeah. I'm not quite in the VIP section yet, but I 100% think that like something about Stu is going to come back to influence the next movie, though. 100%.
Yeah,
I think it's undeniable.
I do too, man. And this is, I mean, you don't put that in there. I'm telling you, I know it's true crime conspiracies, but that's what it should be on. Like, Fate always gives the argument, and I'm not going to turn this into that, but, it's on a conspiracy website. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, that's, of course it is, because that's the whole thing. Is he alive or not? It's the rumor. We don't know. And
Yeah.
there's, because my whole idea was, well, not my idea, but the idea that I am on to now that I'm really enjoying is the fact that someone in the live chat on a stream suggested it, and I've been thinking about it hard, and I'm really turning, because before I was like, keep him in prison, put him in the mental institution, this stuff. But I like the idea of his death being faked, that his parents were powerful people, very influential in the local government, and they had paid off corrupt cops, correct medical examiner, and he's alive. He had a faint pulse, and they took him in, and they said he's dead, and they said that he was being cremated, so there's no body they can dig up for DNA. I'm telling you, man. Bearded Entertainment has got some great ideas on this too, and a lot of you do in the live chat. We talk about this a lot in direct chats or in live streams. But to me, that solves the problem of that, because Fate gives some good objections which are important, because if we're going to have a theory, we need to test it. We need to think about the opposite side, and so his biggest things are, why has no one talked about him in all his sequels? How come there's never? And well, if he's dead, you're not going to talk about him, right? So, Jake, I want your honest opinion on that, because I never asked you this direct question, where it's just you and I on this subject. So, what would you feel about that as a backstory? Do you think that passes the smell test for you personally?
Well, here's the thing. Before Scream 5 came out, I would say no because I
Okay.
really didn't think the Radio Silence guys had the balls to bring a character like that back, but they already did that technically with Billy Loomis.
They did.
And I know that's kind of like mixed how we feel about it, but like I said in my review, I was like, I can't complain about more Skeet Ulrich. And I'm not going to complain about more Matthew Lillard either if they decide to bring
No.
him back in some capacity. I I just feel like there's more potential in showing a flashback of Stu of like during like the 90s, like maybe like before before the movie, even the events of the movie, the original film happen. I feel like there's more potential in that than just bringing back the character. That's just how I feel about it right
Okay.
now. And I feel like you could do that in flashback scenes in the next movie very easily of something that influences the killers in this new movie of whatever that is. And wouldn't it just tell me that wouldn't be cool to see like Stu Macher
Oh, yeah.
before the events of that movie just running around with Billy. We could see that conversation between those two. We could see the
Yeah.
conversations of like setting up the Casey Becker murder. I would love to see that. And it would be both of those actors coming back, maybe with the makeup and all that. I hope they don't do too much like digital de-aging. We got to
Right.
make them look like teenagers essentially again. But I just think that would be so cool. That would be that's the Stu
Yeah.
I want to come back. That's the funny physical character that he is. That would be the best way to do it, in my opinion. I know you
Okay.
feel differently. I know you feel
Yeah.
differently, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would love to. I would love for something like that to happen. 100%. 100%.
All right, and I'll so let's do this then. I respect that, but let's say he does come back alive, which is what I want to have happen personally. If the backstory was a faked death scenario, as a fan, what would you be okay with that? Would you be like, I can buy it, I can buy that, I'm okay with that, or would you be like, no, it's got to be something else?
I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say no to it. That's a big thing. I feel like so many people are like it's like a 50-50 scenario
Yeah.
with people.
Yeah.
It's like they're either like they love that idea, they hate it. I don't. I'm pretty in the middle. Like I love Matthew Lillard. He's amazing. Everything I have seen him in is amazing. SLC Punk is actually so
Yeah.
good. I love that movie.
Yep.
I for him to come back to this franchise, that would be awesome, and I would love to see him come back in that capacity. Sure. I think we're not gonna get the Stu we like, and I talked about this a little bit on the Lethal Collective stream, but it's
Yeah.
not gonna be physical Stu running around being goofy and all that. It's going to be a much darker version of the character running a cult of ghost faces to get revenge on the things that happened to him in the past. And I don't want it to become all about Sidney Prescott again, because I made this argument about how Screams 1 through 4 kind of do that. I want to tell this new story with Sam Carpenter, with Tara. I think that I'm a little more interested in personally, but I'm not gonna be upset. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those things where it's like more Matthew Lillard in a Scream movie. Yeah, like okay,
All
I'm
day,
down
yeah.
for that, dude. I mean,
Absolutely.
and for him to play a darker role like that, I'm interested to see how he would how he would go about that. What would that
Yes.
look like? So yeah,
Yeah.
there's definitely some interest there for me for sure.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. I was just curious because I have no problem with him being that darker version of himself, because I still think even being darker, you would still have some of that humor in there somewhere. It may not be as over the top,
Yeah.
but it's still so I think that's fundamentally still a part of his personality, right? So I think it definitely could be done, but I would not expect him to be that 17-year-old Matthew. No, that's not going to happen. But I just want to, I think it could be done in a way that could be really good. It's just,
Yeah.
will it happen or not? I don't know. But I was just curious what you thought of the backstory wise, like explaining why he's been gone, kind of
Because
thing.
and that, yeah, it comes back to, I do like that. I like that. It's cool, but I feel like I'm just thinking about how people will perceive that. And I'm thinking like some people want Stu back because of his personality from that original. His physicality is amazing. It's like,
Yep.
it's Bruce Campbell level good. In my
Oh, yeah.
opinion, which
It's
dare
awesome.
I say that, but no, I genuinely think it's that good of a performance. And I feel like we're not going to get that from Stu, which is immediately going to be polarizing. So it's a tough situation. It's tough. It's maybe a little risky. If
Yep.
Matthew Lillard is up for it to do something that explosive, that different, you would have to do it in a way that is executed really, really, really well and
Yep.
written really, really solid with
Yes.
bulletproof scripts kind of thing. So yeah,
Yes.
it all comes back to execution. It really
It does,
does.
man. It really does. Speaking of execution, we got another $5 super chat from Bearded. It's a good short film, fluffed up to feature length. This sounds like Fate a little bit now, with
Yeah.
people yelling "Evil dies tonight." Oh, that's
See,
well.
I like the mob mentality stuff. It
Yeah.
gets a little annoying. Like
It does.
I understand where people are coming from with that, but that is the side of Halloween Kills that I love so much. You see the paranoia, the mob mentality. I'm sorry I'm like talking so much, Steven. I'm just
Oh,
like this
go
is
for
the
it, bro.
stuff that excites me. I feel
Me
like
too.
I've come onto your live stream and I hate to sound like I'm just like talking too much or taking over or whatever.
You're
So
not, I
please,
promise.
cut me off if I'm talking too much. But I really do like that aspect of Halloween Kills. The
Yeah.
mob, seeing the townsfolk of Haddonfield being so paranoid about something they can't control. That's scary. That's really something terrifying, and I really appreciate it, even if it's a bit much at times.
Yeah. All right, Jake, you ready to get your voice ready?
I'm
Okay,
ready.
All right, you're gonna know when you see this what I'm talking about. All right, who gave us this $5 super chat for your Kickstarter? From who?
I
Jake.
shot him 6 times.
Yes, there we
Okay,
go.
It's not as good as how Knight does it, but you know, it's something.
Oh yeah, nobody can do Loomis like Knight. I saw him 6 times. Says I agree with Killjoy Jake. Also, posters say his time has come. One with head cut off, and oh yeah, and Dog's Table gave me H2O vibes. Yep. Any chance they revisit that type of ending? That ending to me was the perfect ending, even though it would ended up not being Michael. But the axe to the head was awesome. And the way she looked, I love how she looks on her face. She's like, so you could almost feel the 20 years of anger and bitterness and resentment and rage and vengeance and all of it coming out when she just like cuts his head off. Anyway,
Yeah.
I thought it was epic.
I love H2O. Oh yeah, H2O is
too.
great. Resurrection is like, what the fuck?
Oh, that talking about a dumpster fire. That thing should be burned. That movie should be burned. All copies.
It's
Full of
such a
George
shame.
Lucas.
It's such a shame. Like H2O is such. I don't know. I love H2O, and then they just had to make Resurrection. They had to bring Busta Rhymes in with his kung fu. They had to do it. They had to do it.
Yes, they had to. Richard's got another $2 super chat. Thank you, Richard. I gave $5 earlier. Awesome. Thanks again. Giving another 2 for Stu. Hashtag Stu lives. Yes, he does. That's right. Richard knows what's going on. He knows what's going on.
Yeah.
Absolutely, brother. He sure does.
I still, and the other thing, Steven, is I get so excited whenever you bring up a picture of Stu. So, like, if Stu comes on screen, I know I'm going to be so excited if he comes back and he's alive, his face is all messed up. I know I'm going to get excited if it happens. Like, that's just undeniable, I think.
Ooh. Just the way, look at his look behind
Yeah.
Billy. Look at that face, dude.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That is still that's the prize winning shot. When again the person earlier who gave me that shot of Wes Craven with them is the one who gave this shot to me. I'd never seen it before, and I said this is the most amazing shot. I think I try to use it on like every thumbnail. I'm like, I swear, because it's so good. I've used it on a couple. I'm like, I gotta stop. This is too good. But yeah, man. And Nick T says, just a freaking huge round of applause, Jake and Steven. Almost 3 hours talking about horror films nonstop. I'm having so much fun, guys. Thanks so much. Oh, well, thank you.
Good. That's why we do it. We want people to have fun. We want to talk about theories on horror movies. 100%. Yeah. That's awesome.
Absolutely. That's exactly what we're here to do. John says, Craven's idea for how to do it seems pretty workable. Well, thank you. I think it's plausible. One thing we know about in this world, money rules everything. And then if you have enough money and power, and power is the other thing, money and power, if you've got those two things, you can find people that will succumb to that and will do things they shouldn't do. That's all I'm saying. So
I also think that Matthew Lillard is like totally down for that too. Like if Radio Silence approached him, he would be like, hell yeah. Because I mean, I've heard him talk about it, about how much he would love to come back, and he would be so down for it too.
He would. He's really open about like, oh, I'm available. Just call me. And he's like, I remember that one interview he did on Zoom. He's like, it was just the TV, people. Come on,
It
Stu's
was just the
alive.
TV.
It was just the TV. He's like, Stu lived. He didn't die from that. And he's like very vocal.
Yeah.
And here's another interesting question. Now, shifting gears a little bit. What do you guys expect from a possible 13th new movie? I'm interested in your opinions. Jake, start us off, man. What are your thoughts if we ever get one?
Yeah, once again, I would just be grateful to get one.
Exactly.
Because it's like, oh, it's been so long. Oh, it's been decades almost since we've gotten a Friday film. And I would love to go. I feel very differently about every horror franchise, about how they should do it. Just because, like, not every franchise is the same. Not every franchise needs certain things. I preached with Scream to do it darker, to do it in a much darker, visceral way. And that was great. But with Friday, I almost feel like do a back to basics approach. I mean, I know we've kind of done that with just about every Friday movie, except like the is it New Line that does like the Jason X and
Yes.
yeah. Like obviously those films are different, but like I would love to just see like a back to basics slasher film with Jason running around.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't want to see a requel in the Friday franchise. I would like to see them just do another Jason Voorhees is killing camp counselors and there's some kind of twist to it in some capacity. Friday Part 7 is one of my favorites in the entire franchise. And it's just another Friday the 13th movie, but the main character has mind powers. Like it's crazy. I love it, but I love it. It's fun, it's different, and it's still like that same familiar setup. So I would like to see that with a new Friday movie with some kind of like minor twist.
Yeah. I'm with you, man. I want to throw back good old fashioned classic slasher, man. Just let's go old school, even though it's new school. Let's go old school story, and let's do it, man. Now, would you want to do? Would you want them to? Would you want them to introduce Pamela or Mrs. Voorhees, or or do you want it to be a fresh story, like without that original connection there?
I don't think we need to do that. I really don't think we need to introduce Pamela Voorhees again. Something I've always thought was interesting about the films is like she talks about in the first Friday the 13th how like it's her little boy Jason drowned and all that. I've always felt like this is just a theory of mine, but I've always felt like maybe Jason was like this like a grown man the whole time and saw his mom die at that point and like went after Alice and all that, and maybe she was just Jason's mom was just kind of delusional and like just kind of kept this boy in the by her side, and well it's like a 35-year-old man or something at this point, and maybe he didn't drown or she tried to drown him or something along those lines. Like I feel like her headcanon of how things went isn't necessarily correct, and it's because she's like a little crazy, a little delusional, and I think that could I've always thought that would be an interesting angle to explore. So if they decide to do that in a new movie, okay, like I'd be interested in that, but I don't want to see another movie where she's running around killing people because Jason is just way too iconic. You got to have Jason come back. You have
Exactly.
to. Yeah.
And you know how I guarantee you, if they do a new Friday movie and they do the Pamela route, people are going to be furious because they're going there expecting to see Jason, right? After all these years, you have to. How do you not do it with him? You have to do it with him, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you have to.
You have to.
Even though I would love to see. I mean, I'm fine with like if you want to, but then you're getting into the whole thing. If you're doing the Vince Vaughn Psycho, where you're just creating the first movie.
Yeah, not that close to the original. No,
we don't want
do
that.
a shot-for-shot remake
No,
of any of the Friday the 13th movies. No.
That would be terrible. Destin's in the house with a $20 super chat. What's up, brother? Another $20 super chat. We should all get together and write or create a new slasher film from the ground up where we show homage to our favorite horror slasher films. Jake, can I get a producing credit on Red Right Hand now? That's awesome, man.
I greatly appreciate it. It's so much.
That's
Thank
very
you.
cool.
Thank you.
Very
so
nice. Very generous. Yep. Very much so. So yeah, I think that's kind of where I'm at with Friday, man. I'm with you. I think let's just have a new Jason movie, a new original story, but let's go old school slash and dash, man. Grip it and rip it stuff, man.
Think about all the stuff you can do with modern tech too, like modern practical effects.
Oh
How
yeah,
you could,
man.
I just feel like there's so much potential in that it would make it fresh. That's enough to make it fresh again for me. You know? Does that?
Yep.
I don't know. I'd be down for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Absolutely. Wow. All right. So for Scream 6, man, we'll jump back here for a little bit. And all right, Des, I think we'll go, man.
It's getting
I
late.
think, yeah,
It's getting late.
I think
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to call it in 10 minutes. So
Yeah, let's go for 10 more.
I
And
think we're
then
gonna go 10 minutes because that was an extra, basically an hour more than we were gonna. Originally, we were about to sign off, and then we just started feeling the love, and everyone started
Yeah.
feeling the love for the movie. And I love that we spend this extra time because I'm having a blast. But there is going to point in time where I'm going to start. My energy level is going to start dropping to the point where you're going to be bored as tears watching me talk. And it's not going to be fun. Yeah, and you trust me, you want to enjoy it. And Jake, I know you're later than I am.
I'm already starting to. I woke up at like 6:30 this morning. I'm already starting to feel it. Like I'm like,
Okay.
oh god, I gotta wake up and make videos tomorrow. So yeah, we should. Call
We
it soon.
should. Yeah, same here. So guys, by all means, please, if you have any, this really is last call now. I'm going to call that last call for super chats. We've got 9 minutes, and then we're going to shut it down at midnight Central, 1 Eastern. So if you have any more super chats you want to get in, this is the last 9 minutes to do it for your final donation here for Jake's Kickstarter that I'll donate from my channel as our gift to him in the Kickstarter. But you'll have 2 weeks to still donate on the Kickstarter. So tonight's not the only night you can donate, but this is let's start here and then go right over to Kickstarter. Next round you go, next paycheck on the weekend, next weekend, whatever's good, and let's help Jake hit that $5,000. He's halfway there. Okay, you guys are already helped tonight. Push the needle up a little bit already, so let's keep it going. All right. Destin says, I think they were going to bring a backstory about Jason's dad right before the lawsuit happened. They could take that route instead of Pamela. Yeah, interesting. Wow. All right, so Scream 6, man. Let's finish up with a couple of minutes on Scream 6, and then we're going to finish up with Red Right Hand for the last 3 minutes or so.
Perfect.
So, all right. Tell me now about, I'm trying to see if I have any pictures of her loaded up here, and I don't think that I do. Well, here's one I can show. All right, here we go. So we got Radio Silence. We got Sam and Tara here, our two, well, actually two of our four final characters. So tell me now again, what do you feel about, how do you feel about Sam or Tara, or maybe Sam and or Tara, being the new face of Scream? Or do you think that the face of Scream is not going to change, even though they're introducing these new characters, and Sidney Prescott will be there. We'll be there for 6 and for 7, so they'll be kind of the new kids on the block still. What do you feel about this whole transition, or is it a transition? Is it just an addition?
Yeah, I like the way you said that. I think it's more of an addition than yeah, they talk about passing the torch in the movie, but I don't feel like it's like, okay, now it has to be about them and it can't be about anything else. Like I definitely think that they're going to be a part of it, and I really like them as characters. The Meeks Martin twins as well. I 100% need them to return. They were a highlight of that last film.
Yeah.
I once again, I think it's so funny that like both of them are just like getting laid, which I don't know. That's so
Right.
funny to me. I really like both of them. I like the Meeks, the Carpenter sisters, and I think that they're going to be kind of the focus of the next movie, and I like them. Jenna Ortega is amazing. Melissa Barrera is amazing as well. I have no problem with that. I see a lot of people disregarding these people and just not liking the characters as much. But I think moving forward, we can write a lot of good stories around these characters. We've set up a lot of cool things about them in the last film. I mean, Sam is Billy Loomis's daughter. What? Like, yeah. Come on. We can do a lot of really interesting things with that. I think we were even talking about some stuff about how she has this bloodlust. She had what can you can do a lot with that. You can write a lot of weird, crazy things, convoluted stuff with it. So I think for sure we're gonna get some interesting, messed up storyline centered around them. Oh, that's brutal.
Look at that shot. Look, I mean, that knife's going right through her hand. Oh my gosh, dude. I can't imagine the agony of a buck 120 blade going all the way through your hand. I can't even. Dude, I get a scratch and I'm like, dang it, that hurts. Dadgummit. And I'm like, I can't even.
I'll
What? And that
burn
was a.
myself on a pan or something. I'm done for
Oh,
the day. I'm like,
oh
screw
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Bro. And I thought this was a really well executed shot when you watch it. How he comes down and he goes right through, and the practical effects are just so good. You know, however
Yeah.
they made it work, whatever magic it was in Hollywood movie magic, it was great.
I thought Wes's kill was digital, but that was practical.
I
Which
know. I
I
thought it
was
was
like,
digital
what?
too, and it's not. It had the whole fake neck. I'm like, are you
Yeah.
serious, dude?
That was mind blowing when I found that out. It looked like a
Yeah.
really good digital effect, and it wasn't.
Uh
I was
huh.
like, oh, okay, nice, sweet.
He's
So,
actually. I'd have been a little bit nervous, honestly, if I'm Wes, because that's a big knife, dude.
going
He's
right by your
fucked
neck
him.
like that, like, oh yeah, I'd be like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd have signed up for that one, man. I mean, yeah, you would have to do a lot of convincing. I would have to see like get some of these people here and show me how it works. Put it on them. Let me. I want to see
Yeah,
test run. You know what I mean?
right. Ugh, yeah, that's tough.
And Jake, you and I were talking when Scream was about to come out, and once we got the ghost face, once we got the flame throwing ghost face, and we were like, I remember distinctly having a conversation where we were both hoping initially, like the first day it came out, that it was really going to be in Scream, that we were actually going to have a metal ghost face at some point in the movie with a flamethrower, and we were so excited. In fact, you're the one that broke the news. We were on a Lethal Collective, or no, what I mean Lethal Collective. We were on something. One of my collaborations, I think, way back back during this period of time, and you were like, guys, did y'all see the metal ghost face mask? I'm like, what are you talking about? And then, of course, I saw you. After that, we all looked it up and we saw it. But that first initial reaction, I remember you were thinking this is real, like this is going to be in the movie, and it was. It looked like it would be. After like a day or two, I think is when I started thinking, no, this is. I started. My head came down. Calmer heads prevail, and I said,
Yeah.
this is Stab. And so, tell me, what were your thoughts when you found out this was that one little scene? Were you disappointed, or were you going and expecting that to be Stab?
Yeah, probably by the time I saw the movie, I was expecting it to be like a scene from the new Stab, but I was kind of hoping Radio Silence would play with like mask variants because that's
Yeah.
still, I mean, yeah, we kind of got it in the last film, but we really haven't played with that idea. And I hate to transition everything to Red Right Hand, but like that's
No, we
something
should.
we're playing with that in our new movie, and that's such a cool. There's so many cool Ghostface masks out there, especially if you play Dead by Daylight. Like there are some really cool variants in that game, like just out in the world. Some really cool masks you can buy, and like I just would love to see more killers wear different Ghostface costumes because there's a lot of really cool ones. Like Devil Ghostface, for example, is pretty sick looking. I don't know. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's so awesome. So, guys, listen, Jake, let's wrap up here. We got a couple of minutes. Let's talk about Red Right Hand. It's the perfect transition. So,
Perfect.
anything else you want to share with us? Tell us, anything else that you'd like to leave us with as a last, one of those things where you like ponder after we live streams over. Is there anything you want to do, or anything you'd like to tell everyone who's still watching?
I want to say that I've been a massive Scream fan for a long time, and I've always wanted to make a big movie, and it's just an absolute honor to be able to make something like this that's kind of canon and maybe questionably in the Scream universe. I don't know. I'm so excited to make this film. It's a massive passion project. I really, we got to get funded. We got to get funded on Kickstarter, and I know it's a big ask. I'm asking a lot from our supporters, but I'm telling you, I would not be pushing this thing so hard if I really didn't believe in it. I really believe in this project. The people involved are all unanimously amazing. I like just absolutely love these people. I've only met them some of them a handful of times, and I already know this thing is going to be something special. This is really going to be something truly amazing, and I can't wait for you all to hopefully see it this December.
Yes, and guys, listen, that's the thing. This is something that's going to be done this year. This is not, going to come out in the fall of 2024 or 2023. No, it's this year. Jake has got his plan. He's ready to go. He's got a great video which talking about the Kickstarter where you break down your budget goals. I was very impressed with your trailer. That you guys spent some time on that, man.
And if you want to meet some of these wonderful people I'm talking about, they are
Yes.
in the video. So yeah, you can Maya Krieger, who is like the final girl of the film, basically playing like a Sidney Prescott kind of archetype. Yeah, she talks a lot about her character and a lot of the cool things we're doing with that. I really love all these people. Like they're really wonderful lads and ladies. So a lot of great people involved with this project. Yeah.
Man, that's awesome. So, guys, listen, I want to thank everyone here for all of you guys sticking. Some of you all have been with us this whole time. I still see you guys in the chat. And for those of you who came on at any point in the chat, we appreciate all of it. And for those of you who are still here now, thank you for all of you who've donated for Super Chats tonight. I really wanted this to be kind of a little miniature fundraiser that I could do for Jake in support of this film. And so thank you guys for all of your super chats. And when this is all done, I will be submitting that onto his Kickstarter link and pledging that amount and helping us. And you're helping to move the needle. And that's what this was all about. Let's move the needle. Let's get this film made. This incredible poster. It's going to be an incredible movie. And Jake shared some real nuggets. So if you guys are coming in late, I saw some people already saying they're just joining. If you owe it to yourself to go back when this replay mode. When it stops, it's going to reload and it's going to be ready to play again. Check out some of the stuff because Jake has given us some really cool insight and new information. So, Bearded says, have Craven send me your Insta, Jake, or I can do that. That's not a problem. I can definitely do that. So guys, we're gonna go ahead and say goodnight. We did 3 hours and 1 minute and counting. We did it, man. Look at that.
Yeah, nice.
It was fun.
Awesome.
I had a great time. It was a great time. So thank you guys again for in the chat. We appreciate it. And Jake, I think it's only fitting that I send us out with how we started a little bit here, because everyone here has been there. You've been there. And I've been there. So on that note, everyone, we're gonna finish out here. But good night to all of you. I'll see you on the next live chat. Oh, by the way, I want to say I want to give a quick plug here for this. It's a future event, but I want to show you anyway. I have on April the 7th. I will be interviewing Leanne Kerr, who is the writer and director of the new independent slasher film Student Body. It's on Amazon Prime. You can rent it. Harley Quinn Smith is in it, and an ensemble cast, who's Kevin Smith's daughter. And it's anyway, you should check it out. But I'll be interviewing her. I've got her locked in, so I just wanted to share that little bit of a news for you guys. But listen, again, go to Jake's Kickstarter when this is done. He's got a lot of great perks over there. Check it out. Oops, wrong thing. It's midnight for me. He's got a lot of great stuff, and you should definitely continue to give as you're able. And share. We'd appreciate that. All right. On that note, guys, I'm going to leave y'all with this, and we will see you. I will see you on the next live stream later this week. Jake, thank you, sir. I wish you all the best, my friend.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure. All right. Bye, guys. We'll see you later.
Bye.